Hello, everybody. We are live tonight, and we are just going to be talking about a bit of upcoming horror because lately I've been looking at what's on the horizon, and I can't quite believe what's coming out in October and stuff. We've got a new Hellraiser, a new Chucky series, a new Michael Myers movie coming out, and a new Terrifier film, which I'm very excited for. But there is a lot more to talk about as well. So I'm gonna have to reach out and come to three horror fans who I know quite well, and I've asked them if they'd like to come on the stream and talk a bit of horror. So first up, we've got a guy who's been on my channel quite a few times now. I think this is like the fourth live stream he's come on. His name is Paul Tams, and here he is. Hello, Paul. How are you, mate?
How's it going, man? You good, George?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
Cheers for having us on.
No worries, mate. As you can tell, Paul's a bit of a horror fan there. He's got an Elm Street sign in his back there. And a Halloween top hanging down. So, yeah, I think he knows his stuff. So we'll get into a lot more movies with Paul in a minute. By the way, if you want to check out these guys' channels, all the links will be down below. So we've also got Luke, who goes by the name of Movie Massacre 1987. I mean, what a name that is. Doesn't say much more horror than that, doesn't it? How are you, Luke?
You're right, George. Hi,
Yeah.
Paul. How's it going? Thanks for having us on, mate.
No worries, mate. I mean, you were two of the first go-tos I thought of, to be honest, when I'm doing this stream. So, yeah, we've got Luke, Paul, and we've also got Tony from the channel, Horror in Touch. Hello, Tony. How are you, my friend?
How you doing, Jordan? Thanks for having me on, mate. Hope you're well, lads.
No problem, mate. No problem. He's even got horror in his name. What more do you want? So, so basically, guys, we're just going to be talking about a few upcoming horror films. I've wrote like a lot down here, but we'll spend a lot more time on one film if it's a bit more popular and a little less time on the other. We're probably going to go for like maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours here. We'll just see how it goes. So if anyone wants to comment about what they're looking forward to, any films coming out that you want us to talk about that we may have missed, put it in the comments, and we'll bring it up. I will read the comments out, as many as I can. Probably just going to try and keep the horror related comments up because there's a lot to get through. So if someone says, have you seen a new Pinocchio film? I probably won't mention that.
I've heard it's a horror movie, I tell you.
Yeah, I've heard it's not great. But first off, before we get into what's coming up, I just want to say, what do you think of horror this year up to now? Now, I know it's been a bit of a mixed bag for me, but Paul, we'll start with you. What have you made of any horror films this year that you've seen? Is there any that have stood out? Is there any that you've been disappointed by?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously we started off this year strong with the new Scream. Really enjoyed that. I thought it was a back to form. We haven't had a bad Scream movie in my eyes, and I think they just continued on with the fifth one. Obviously we've got a new one coming out next year, which I'm assuming we're going to be talking about.
Yep.
Ty West's X was a big one for a lot of horror fans. It took me a couple of views to really get that film. My first viewing was a bit nah, but then I rewatched it and I sort of appreciated it a lot more. And I'm really looking forward to the prequel to that, which again I think we'll talk about. I'm trying to think what else we've had. Remind me. Let's go to Luke. I can't think of any more.
Well, yeah, we'll go to Luke and then we'll mention any that we may have missed. What about you, Luke? Yeah. What about any you've had on that you've enjoyed this year or been disappointed by? Or?
Paul said, really, I enjoyed Scream. That was really cool. And yeah, I agree, really. The whole Scream franchise is pretty good. There's no really, really shit on there, to be honest. Not like the Halloween or the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. It has some real duds. X was one that I was really looking forward to. Really good. But most recently, Thought Beast was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Like me and my fiance, we really enjoyed like creature movies, like Crawl, Jaws, stuff like that. Was like oversized animals and stuff. And I sort of went into this one with zero expectations, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like she was like saying like, I feel really intense. I could tell that she was like on the edge of her seat on some of it. And some of the horror elements I thought were really good. I didn't really think it was going to be a horror movie, but it came across like that to me. The CGI effects on the lion were absolutely outstanding in the film as well. Yeah. I was blown away, to be honest.
Yeah, We went to see it on the same night, didn't we? I think I was talking to you on Instagram about it and stuff. So yeah, good choice that one. To be honest, I totally forgot about that. It's got a lot of horror elements to it, I think.
Yeah,
What about you, Tony? Seen any films that you like this year?
Like you say, I'm a really big fan of X. Love Ty West films, and I really enjoyed that. Obviously, we've had Jordan Peele, Nope, haven't we? That was not too bad. Which is, like I say, Beast. We've had the A24 film Men. I thought that was a strange one, but there's been. I don't think it's been the strongest year to be honest, but I think it could change October and all the way through. So we shall see. But not too bad.
I agree. I think last year was a little bit better. But what were you going to say then, Luke? Sorry.
I enjoyed one called The Sadness. I don't know if it's on this year.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was pretty cool. About that one.
Technically, it is 2021 because it was released in Taiwan. Was it last year? It is a 2022 release, and I agree. If anyone hasn't seen that film, watch it because it's amazing.
To it as well.
Sorry?
It was Tony that got me onto it as well.
Yeah, brutal film. Brutal.
Yeah, heavy film.
Some brilliant kill scenes and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. I liked it.
Well, someone in the comments, as mentioned the film, but hang on, I'll just say, Drew, what's up? Hello. Hey, what's up? Hello, Drew. So we've got Jamie, who's my best man at my wedding and everything. He's here. Welcome the boys. Just been on holiday with him on the weekend. I've only just recovered. And we've got Drew again. Great news. Saw the Black Phone starring Ethan Hawke. It was great. So I was surprised no one mentioned that, to be honest.
Yeah, I forgot that one. Yeah.
I mean, I think Paul's laughing there because he wasn't really a fan.
Me and Luke went to watch it together, and we were excited for it, weren't we? We sort of built up the idea what the film was going to be just off the trailers and whatnot. And then we sat and watched it, and literally the second the credits started rolling, we both just looked at each other and just went, meh. I just walked out the cinema, and I'd forgot about it before I even got home. It didn't work for me. It was a film that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And there's elements in that film that I think would have been better if they weren't in it. And I'm talking about all like the supernatural stuff, because the rules of the world weren't explained to the audience, and that's what I was thinking all the way through the film. I was going, why can these characters do these things, and why is this happening? And by the end of it, none of it was explained. So I was just like,
yeah, that's exactly how I felt about the film. But I do think there was some creepy moments in it, like when he was sitting at the top of the stairs waiting for him and stuff like that. I thought it was quite creepy in places. But yeah, I mean, it's in my top 20 of the year, but it was a slight disappointment. But was you a fan of that one, Tony?
I didn't, like you say, I didn't mind it, but it's pretty forgettable. I wanted more, you know what I mean? Like you can't say too much bad. Like the acting was good, but there was just nothing to it, if you know what I mean. I wanted it to be like loads of twists and stuff, and there was nothing.
It didn't leave a lasting impression on me. Where there's Sinister, another film the director did, still sticks to me. That's still one of my favorite horror films, probably the last decade.
Sinister's a lot
where there's Black Phone, I found it very forgetful, but
very forgetful. Yeah.
It felt rushed overall to me. I felt like it needed more in it. To be honest, like 20 minutes or something.
It needs to be longer, doesn't it? It needs more substance, you know.
Yeah. And Luke, I'm guessing you felt the same as Paul.
Yeah, it was like you said. Like by the time I got home, I'd forgot about it. I thought the disappointing thing was it had a lot of potential, but it was like, you know, it's got a few things going for it, but it just missed the mark, really, to be honest. Like Paul said, with this, I think when you've got a film with supernatural elements in it, you have to sort of explain it. You can't just leave it as like an ambiguous ending when it's supernatural elements in like a real world setting with no answer to it whatsoever. It just made me walk out of there like shaking my head, just like it was.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. We've got video tasties. Hi guys, and then Luke might be You might be able to relate to this one, Luke. I hear the rumour Black Phone could have been a prequel to Nightmare on Elm Street. He definitely watched your video. Right, last comment before we get into the first film. Even and all, nice to see Tony's face. Have any of you seen Resurrection? Pretty mad film.
No.
I've heard of it.
Don't think I have.
No, I've heard of it, but sorry, Bumper, I haven't seen that one, to be honest, mate. Okay, so I've got a big list of films we're going to talk about here. And, you know, we've got the Hellraiser reboot, which should get a bit of good conversation going. We've got Terrifier 2. So, we've got that to come. We've got the Chucky series. You know, we've got Pearl, the prequel to X. And we've got Halloween Ends. But I don't think there's anywhere better to start than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Now,
It's got to be done, isn't it?
We won't spend too long on this one, but this one looks like the weirdest film ever, doesn't it? I don't know if you guys seen the trailer the other day, but I was just watching it go, wow, this looks terrible, but I need to see this shit. So, Tony, have you seen the trailer for that one?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looks, like you say, absolutely mental. I need to see it like yesterday, but, you know, it's, I don't know, it's going to be, I don't know, absolutely, I don't know if it's going to be fun or not, but I can't wait to see it. I don't know much more to say, but Winnie the Pooh going around killing people. I don't know if is it good or is it bad. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I don't know. What you think?
You're gonna watch it though.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Luke?
I've not seen the trailer, but I have seen like a still from it. It just looks mad. Like it's like I always think to myself, like, how? Yeah, go on then. It's $5 million to do that.
Do you think it will be that budget? I don't know. It looks pretty like in the
£5 maybe. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought the acting looked quite bad, to be honest, but
come back for that one, is it?
So what? Sorry.
I don't think that time.
Sorry, Luke. Your audio was just a little bit jumpy there, mate.
Exactly. Got like a shitty thing. Hello.
Hello. Testing. Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis won't be coming out of retirement for that film.
No. No Academy Awards will be one, I don't think. Can't see it.
What about you, Paul? Have you any interest?
Yeah,
in
I've seen the trailer. It's weird because from what I've heard about it, hasn't Winnie the Pooh, the license, become like public domain? That's how they've been able to do it.
Yeah.
Did they do one on? Yeah, didn't they do one on the Banana Splits? A similar film. Yeah, so it's sort of following in that vein, isn't it? Where the IPs become like public domain, so anyone can pick it up and do what they want with it. And then obviously they've done it. Winnie the Pooh looks mental. I will watch it just out of curiosity. I'm going to go to the cinema to watch it. In fact, I don't think it's going to get a cinema release whatsoever. It'll probably end up on Shudder or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
But I'll check it out.
Thing is, though, I think they should just do it digitally and sell it, because I do think a lot of people would actually buy that, to be honest, just out of curiosity, to be honest.
Imagine like Winnie the Pooh fans just having like all the books and stuff on the shelves, and they just got like this mad horror film, this 18 Winnie the Pooh like massacre movie.
Yeah, in the 4-year-old kid's bedroom, just lying on the shelf. I do wonder what else could go public domain in future, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
What was you going to say then, Luke?
Next, raccoons.
Moomins.
We've got one more comment here. What old horror is Black Phone most like? Well, I don't know. That's a hard one to just. I don't know. Probably Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know. I couldn't even compare it.
It's weird. It's weird the Black Phone, because it's going to sound really quite nasty, but I really wanted it to be like a really surreal, like child snatcher film, like really scary. And that's what the trailer set it up as. It once, like I said, once they started adding all the supernatural stuff to it, it just lost me. I wanted it to be more grounded and more realistic. I think horror films are a lot more effective when they are really like this could actually happen. So when I'm going into a film thinking that's what it's going to be like, and then they start throwing in all like ghosts and stuff, it lost me. I like supernatural stories, but that's not what I went into it thinking it was going to be.
I think it would have been more effective as just a real life type of deal, you know.
Yeah.
So, we got anything else to say on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, guys?
I'll be watching it.
Yeah,
we're all watching it, aren't we?
Definitely, got to be done.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can all come back on here and review it together, or not.
You never know. Could be film of the year.
Okay, so so all right, we've got a big one coming soon, haven't we, in October? October the 16th or 14th, one of them. We've got, I think we're all fans of this franchise, don't get me wrong, but it's Halloween Ends. So I'm watching the Halloween franchise at the minute. I'm going to be reviewing them all on my channel, which I'm really excited for. And I wasn't that looking forward to this film because Halloween Kills was a bit of a letdown for me, but now I'm revisiting the franchise. I'm just like, yeah, I kind of can't wait now. It's weird. It's just totally flipped for me. But we'll start with you, Luke. I mean, where do you stand on this? I've spoken to you about it before, I think, but are you just shrugging shoulders or are you looking forward to it? You know, the always gone again, Luke.
Hang on, let me just take this case off.
Okay. Back with everyone in a second. No pressure, Luke. Just try to be good.
Sorry.
It looks like he's filming the next Blair Witch.
Is that any better?
Well, better.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
Oh, sound nice one.
Much better.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So, are you just like shrugging shoulders with Halloween Ends, or are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. So basically, with the Halloween 2018 and Kills, they'd had like 2 full trailers out by now, TV spots, teaser trailers. And with this one, we're literally like 5 weeks out from the movie, and we've only had a teaser trailer. We've not that trailer that they've released was technically a teaser trailer. There's no story beats in it. You didn't get much from it whatsoever. It's like a minute and a half long, and it's sort of like it's when like studios are sort of worried about their film. I think it happened with like Resident Evil. Like they blew the trailer out like the day before it came out, and then it was like, so I don't know. I think it's because of Halloween Kills. Like I feel like this. I think they really missed the mark with that movie for me. Like me and Paul say it all the time. When Mickey's on screen, it's a 10 out of 10. But everything else is just bullshit in that film. Like the more you watch it, it's toe-curlingly bad. Some of it, like the unnecessary comedy that they just keep ramming in the movie. It's just unneeded. Like horror in general, they seem to feel like they need to put comedy in there for some mad reason. So that's what's worrying me about this movie, I think. Yeah. If the last one was good, I wouldn't even care. I'd be excited, and I'm really keeping myself in check this time. And we were even saying today, like, we might not even get the pictures to watch it.
It's on streaming, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes out streaming. And recently, our cinema has gone from £7 to like 13 quid, and you can watch it at home for like £15. So it's one of them. I feel like I'll be loyal to the franchise, and I will go.
Fair enough, mate. What about you, Paul? What are your thoughts on New Halloween Ends?
Yeah, I mean, like me and Luke have been talking about it quite a bit just in our sort of group chat the last week. I was the same. Me and him went to, if you remember back to last year, if anyone has followed my channel, me and Luke were like on riding the hype train for Kills. We were absolutely buzzing for it. And then we went to watch it 10 a.m. the day it come out. And it was funny because I've told this story before. me and Luke went, and one of our friends, Kyle, come, and Kyle was sat in the middle of me and Luke, and I was watching Halloween Kills, and I wasn't enjoying. Like Luke said, when Michael Myers was on screen, that film's a 10 out of 10 for a Halloween fan, for a horror fan. All the other nonsense in it, like Luke and I agree, some of the dialogue in it is so curling bad. I rewatched it about when it first come onto Sky Cinema. Was the last time I rewatched it, and I was struggling to get through it. I really was struggling to get through it. I was like, all the subplot in it, I was just like, I don't care. I'm not bothered about all this. So yeah, going into Halloween Ends, I'm not there yet. I'm not hyped whatsoever. Like Luke said, I'll probably go and watch it just to be loyal to the franchise. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping they've turned it around, but I'm not there. I'm not as excited for this one as I was 4 Kills. And it's quite weird. I said to Luke just this morning as well, as we were talking about Halloween Ends, because like a sort of leaked TV spot come out for it from like Germany, I think. And we watched it, and I've said about this Halloween trilogy, 2018 works a charm because it feels like that should be the conclusion of Halloween, but now they got success out of that. They've had to churn it into a trilogy, and now they're clutching at things. They don't know what. It's like they put all their effort into 2018. I still love 2018 is my favorite sequel since the original. I think that the original and 2018 make an awesome back-to-back. But I think that film sort of ends nicely where they didn't need to keep going, but money talks. So the writers had to scramble to get this trilogy together, and you can tell that they don't really know what to do with it. Yeah. That's how I feel about Halloween Kills. So yeah, my excitement of Halloween Ends isn't there yet. I'm hoping it's good. I do hope it's good though.
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of that, mate. To be honest, the writing in that second one is, to be honest, there's some shaky writing in the first one for me as well, especially with the doctor character. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And some of the stupid jokes that the police officers were telling and stuff. But it's kind of like them Godzilla films where like all the monster stuff's good, but the human elements that we care about is just why are you writing this? You know, but especially the Halloween Kills. What about you, Tony? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. But I'm not as excited as like the guys have said, like I would be because of last year's film. When I first went to see it, last year's film, I didn't mind it, but I think I've watched it twice since, and it's just like, oh yeah, it is a slog. And Michael on screen's brilliant. He's superhuman. I suppose he's almost a superhero, isn't he? But I don't know why they've got to do all that stupid, story and dialogue. We just want to. I don't care who it is. Just see him on screen killing people. It doesn't need too much of a story. I don't think. Just the doctor and Laurie and him killing people. I don't know why they need to, go down too many rabbit holes. If you know what I mean. And like you say, the stupid thing where they thought the guy was Michael, who was like a really old man. I don't know if anyone would ever think that.
He looks like Danny DeVito in Batman Returns as the Penguin. Michael?
Yeah, it was really silly. But yeah, like I say, Michael's great in it. But I don't know. It's all right. There's nothing. Yeah, just it doesn't hit the mark, does it? I'd sooner watch the others. I'd sooner watch Rob Zombies. To be fair, I got more out of them. But I'm not. And another thing why I'm not too hyped about it, because I know in 3 or 4 years someone else will get whatever, and they'll make some more, and maybe Rob Zombie will get him back. I don't know, but something will happen, and so it didn't really end, is it? I don't think, anyway.
Yeah. Well, my next question to each is what you want from this film, and what you want the outcome to be, because the film actually looks like it's just maybe, from what we've seen, just a little battle between Laurie and Michael. It might be the whole third act of the original where they're just going at it. I don't know. But that I hope it's not, because it would not be for me. Just the whole film, them two going back and forth. But what you actually want the outcome to be for like Michael Myers, Laurie, just the outcome of this trilogy that's supposed to end it. But like you said, Tony said there'll probably be more. So start with you, Tony. What you actually want the outcome to be?
You know what? I haven't thought too much about it, but I hope now, because of what they've done with last year, they may as well just completely turn it on its head and do something completely out of the ordinary, haven't they, really? Because if you're just what they're going to do, have Michael die at the end and then bury him in the ground and people are going to be at his funeral. I don't really know, you know what I mean? So they may as well just do something, they may as well just do something, I don't know, completely daft and say it was all a dream or something like that. They may as well just do something off the cuff because, like I say, 2018, like Paul said, I really enjoyed that. And I thought it was a good, like you say, with the original, it was a really good. But now they've brought this other stupid element into it and this old town thing. I don't really know what they can do. I don't know. Probably Laurie's going to die, isn't she? I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but she probably is, I should think. But I can't see him die. I don't know. I can't see him dying. I don't know.
It's just the way it's called Halloween Ends. It's like, what are they going to do here with Michael? And I personally, you two might disagree, I personally hope this is the end of Laurie Strode because I'm sick of seeing the storyline.
Yeah.
Don't really love Jamie Lee Curtis that much. I think she's very good in the original, but I'm not a massive fan of it personally. I know you think maybe. I'm sorry if you are, but
no, I'm not, to be fair. I'm not.
I just don't get the whole thing. Well, I understand that she's a screen queen. She's one of the main final girls and stuff. But what about you, Luke? What are you wanting off this film? I mean, you just not too bothered, or is there an outcome that you want?
What I'd like is for the whole fucking town to be dead, right? And the credits come down. Just cut to Michael sat on a beach in Mexico smoking a big Cuban.
Credits.
That'd be amazing. Film, man.
I mean, there was a screenshot that was like a mock-up thing a couple of months ago with like Hobo Myers, like in Halloween 2. That looked sick, where you'd seen him on road for like 4 years. So that would have been cool to see what the fuck he was doing, like performing around, killing people, and all that kind of stuff. Even though that has been done before, but it didn't give it, like I said, it didn't give anything off that from the teaser trailer. I think the way that it's gone, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not demasked. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't talk in it, because they've said a couple of things that like people are really gonna either dislike or like something in this movie. So he might speak in it, say something.
Might say Happy Halloween at the end.
Movie, he hasn't spoken any of the movies, so apart from the director's cut of H2, well, they might have him doing that. I think if he kills Laurie, I think he will kill himself. I think he'll just do himself in and kill himself. I think he'll be the one that stops himself, I think.
I personally think it'd be a fitting end if they sort of done what the Mountain and, well, hang on, I don't want to spoil Game of Thrones for people if they haven't seen it. But no, if they sort of die together, I think that would be a good ending. Yeah, personally. But
JLC loves that dough, man, so she might not be dying. She might want to come back for that reboot.
Oh. But what if Jamie Lee Curtis kills Michael, then becomes Michael? Nah, maybe not. Maybe that's why I'm not a writer.
But on a side note, possibly the worst line from any Halloween movie is in Halloween Ends. Time to put the boogeyman to bed. That's what
I thought. What Halloween's that from?
This new one off this TV spot. She says, "Time to put the boogeyman to bed."
I just hope they're not walking around going, "Time to put him to bed."
Like
they did in the last one.
Man, love of God.
All right, Paul. Are you just wanting him to sit on the beach at the end with a cocktail as well, or?
Yeah, that would surprise me. I'd probably stand up and give it a round of applause, to be fair. I think, George, like you said, I think Laurie and Michael are going to take each other out. It's going to be some big third act thing where they both take each other out. I think that's, if I was a betting man, I think that's how they're going to end it. But I've got, what more can they do? Like, it's hard because what more can you do with this franchise? Like, all we want to see is Michael Myers killing people. That is why we go to watch these films. So I feel like it's just going to be more of that. They're just going to up the ante, if you like. There's a couple. I don't want to spoil this TV spot because I know it hasn't officially been leaked, but they show a possible location of where a mass killing might happen. That's all I'm going to say. And me and Luke have already seen it. We watched the leak thing. And I was like, if that happens in this film, where this location that they show you in the trailer and Michael Myers goes there, I'll be like, yeah, take my money with that. But yeah, I mean, there's rumors that this film's about a copycat, right? There's a copycat in it,
right?
I believe that's been put out in, like with the synopsis and whatnot. That there's a Michael Myers copycat. That's sort of the thread of the film, but I don't know. I have no idea. I had so many ideas for kills of where it could have been. They didn't go that way with it. Then I've sort of, like Tony, I've not really given much thought with this one. I'm just going to go in, see what they give us, and it's either going to work or it's not.
It shows you a full kill in it as well in the thingy, which is like an extreme nod to the original movie. You like to see the full kill
after the stream. I seen you put it up just before the stream, and I was like,
it's pretty shit quality on mine though, so maybe go on YouTube.
Right, I'll watch it because this mass kill place you've told me about has got me intrigued and stuff. There's COVID's coming into this one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they have said that. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael goes for his jabs.
Yeah.
Knife.
Masks over his mask.
Yeah.
It's weird because haven't they said it's haven't they said it's a 4-year time jump as well?
Yeah, well, it's 2018, the other one, isn't it? So it's 4 years to bring up to now, won't it, I suppose?
Yeah, but the last one ends on he's right there. Like, so what's he do? Just go, like, where's he gone for? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
Was Halloween Kills part of the same night on Halloween 2018?
Yeah.
And even in the alternate ending for Kills is what Laurie Strode gets a knife and goes, right, I'm going to go find him. So what, she's been looking for him for 4 years? Like, I don't know.
He's in the house surrounded by cops, though, isn't he? At the end, he's like upstairs. Everyone's outside with fucking guns. It's like, well, he would never do what he was going to do with 2018, and they just stuck him in the gun cabinet. So maybe he gets in the wardrobe, no one can find him or something.
Yeah.
Okay, we got anything else to say on Halloween Ends, or should we just end that one there?
All I'm going to say, I want it to be good. I'm not, I don't want to be negative on it. I want to come out of it and go, that was the best horror film I've seen this year. That's one of the best Halloween films I've seen. That's what I want to say. But just off the last one, like I said, my hype's just not there for it yet. Probably a week or two before, when we've seen all the trailers and TV spots and it's bashing us over the head for it, I might be getting a bit more excited. But at the moment, like Luke said, I've got me expectations in check this time.
I think just quickly as well, like a lot of times for me personally, when a trailer looks amazing and I'm super excited for the movie tends to be quite shit. But when I'm just like, yeah, that trailer was okay, then movies tend to be the ones that actually I enjoy the most. So I'm hoping to get a bit of that. They need to kick up the arse after the last one. Hopefully, with social media and everything, they've actually read some of the comments that people have made about the films. Because people are vocal enough about it and taking some of it in. Surely there's people out there like, look at all these comments. We can't be fucking doing this again. People are not going to be happy this time round.
Yeah. What do you think, Tony? Have you got to said all your thoughts there?
Yeah, like I say, Halloween Ends, eh? Yeah, that's it, really.
All right, then. We've got a couple of comments, so I'll just read them out. Remember, John Carpenter is God. Did you see his comment the other day, by the way? He said, I don't care about any of these sequels. I just love the paycheck from every one of them.
I mean,
don't get me real, though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. His score, well, his and his son's scores have been some of the best parts of these new Halloween, so I'm hoping the score's going to be banging at least.
Definitely. Brilliant scores.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, where would you base yourself to survive?
Tesco's.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that, can you? I mean, you've got plenty of tinned food and everything. You'd be fine, eh? What about Asda? No?
No, it's too expensive.
What about you guys? Anywhere?
I don't know. I'll be dead straight away, so no matter.
Yeah, probably Tesco, Jay.
Local brass house.
Have any of you seen Madman Mad? Oh, you're there, and there is. Plenty of moaning. Then you see Madman Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
haven't.
called Madman Mars, though, is it? Isn't it called something else? Madman.
Just called
It's just called
Madman.
Madman.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
80s
What do you guys
slasher.
thought?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's like the
Yeah.
Burning of it, isn't it? It's a bit like that. That's all.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah. One of them low budget adult titles, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can rent it. I rented it recently. It's dirt cheap on Amazon Prime. It's like a 99p to rent it.
What is
Yeah.
Madman?
Madman, yeah.
Evening, everyone. Fantastic lineup of top YouTubers. Nice one.
Cheers, man.
Hope you're okay,
Yeah.
mate.
Hope you're well, mate.
Dream horror cast and director. This is the last comment before we get in the next one.
This is hard, this.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Hold your thoughts on that one and we'll come back to it.
Yeah, let me think.
If you come back to that one.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, recently, I'd like to see Samara Weaving with Wes Craven. I thought would be pretty good. I like her. She's really cool.
Yeah. She's doing a few horrors herself, hasn't she? Babysitter, ready or not.
I'm going to go Anna de Armas with in a Sam Raimi movie, horror movie.
Awesome. Yeah.
New Evil Dead, Neil?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, if Anna de Armas turns up in an Evil Dead film, man, yeah, man, that'll be me sorted.
Yeah.
You got an answer, Tony?
Who could I say? Let's have a listen. Probably, I don't know, some form of maybe. I like Ari Aster and Robert Eggers at the minute. So probably, I don't know, maybe someone big in a Robert Eggers film, like, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio or someone like that. See, because obviously he hasn't had, he's had big actors, but go really, really high and see what he can do. You know what I mean?
Who did you say? Leonardo DiCaprio, did you say?
Yeah. Yeah. In like Robert Eggers.
Too many horrors, do you? Apart from Critters 3, maybe.
Shutter Island, wasn't it?
Shutter
Oh, yeah. I like Shutter Island.
Yeah. I'd like to see him in a horror, maybe.
Yeah, but he's not in many.
Ari Aster, I just can't wait for his next film, whatever it is. But
it's going to be amazing, isn't it?
I was going to say Ari Aster with Florence Pugh, but that's already been done. So, okay, we'll just move on to the next film. So, this is one I'm really intrigued to talk about, and it's one of the more popular ones, Hellraiser Reboot. So, are you guys a fan of the original Hellraiser?
Yeah. I love the Hellraiser, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll start with you, Paul. Well, what are your thoughts on this one, mate?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll be honest, I feel like I've seen them all, but I've only got sort of recollection of the original. I feel like I've seen the original a few times. The sequels, I think I might have seen once when I first watched them and never really revisited them again. I always thought the first was the best one. It's a Clive Barker story, so I'm always interested in his work. Luke got me really onto his work. And yeah, why not? He seems to be bringing everything else back. For the most part, they're doing it right. Is it a film or a TV series? We'll quickly ask.
I think this is a film, but there is also a TV series in the works.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
In the big sort of news of it was they've cast a female lead as Pinhead, which I said to you, George, just before we went live. It's quite weird that the internet hasn't jumped on this. Horror fans seem to be embracing this idea because I believe the character Pinhead, it can be anything and anyone. So. When that come out, we showed the picture, the screenshot of her in full makeup. I thought, the internet's gonna lose their heads here, and now everyone seems to be on board with it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with a reboot of the franchise. See what they can give us.
What about you, Tony? You're the same as Paul?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I think it's directed by David Bruckner, who done The Ritual, which I really love, that film.
And the one with in the woods.
Yeah, and The Night House. He done that, The Night House, and he also done He also done, I think some stories on VHS and Southbound, if you've seen those films.
VHS, like an anthology series, isn't it?
Yeah, and Southbound is as well. So he's done quite a lot. Like I say, The Ritual I really enjoyed. So I look forward to. It's pretty dark. His material is pretty like The Night House. If you saw that, I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so it's pretty dark material.
Rebecca Hall.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, and I'm looking forward to what the I think what's the name? I think her name's Jamie Clayton or something like that. The new. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they keep it really dark and no tongue in cheek or anything like that, and brutal, because Hellraiser is brutal, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So hopefully we'll see.
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm pretty intrigued to see the female Pinhead. There's a book that I read ages ago. It's like a novella called The Hellbound Heart, which is mainly about like that sort of stuff. And I think they've not jumped on it because the book is like very sexual as well. So, you know, it could make sense for a woman to go into that role. I would like it, like Tony said, I don't want tongue in cheek. I'd like to keep it extremely dark, extremely violent. That's how it's meant to be. In the book, it's like they're pushing pain that far that it's like producing pleasure and stuff like that. So you can imagine like they have to take it to a certain extremes with the film. Like if you've ever seen a film called Martyrs, it's pretty heavy going stuff like that. That's how I imagine it to be. It's you know, it's not for everybody. It's, you know, if you're like a casual horror fan, I don't think this is the franchise for you to be jumping into. Really, I could understand people rolling their eyes at it and stuff like that. To be honest, it could go pretty dark. I think I like the second one the best out of all of them. To be fair, I like it. There's more Cenobite action and stuff like that in the second one, like chasing her and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm open to see it. Just hopefully it gets a good little run as well, and gets some good feedback and people jump on it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I must admit, I love the whole Hellraiser storyline with Julia and stuff. I think that's all brilliant, where he's got Frank in the basement and he's like feeding on these bodies to become human again. I love all that, but I must admit, I don't think Pinhead is that very strong of a horror villain. He's always like killed off straight away, and he's not in the film for very long, and he's just taken out with ease in each of the films, I think. So for a new direction and having as this female character, I'm intrigued if they can do something different with her as well, not just have this Cenobite who comes up and hasn't really got much to them. And you guys might disagree with that. That's fine, but I've always just think like he's a bit of a weak villain, and I'm totally up for a change up on him, totally, to be honest. So
that's a good point you brought up, because he's not a particularly aggressive character either.
Yeah, like
they could make her like a super aggressive character if they wanted to as well. That would bring a bit more, like, you know, bring the fear factor, if you like. So like you said, he comes into the movies and he's gone before you've got a chance to sort of really and essentially you go. All the artwork, all the posters and everything, you go into the movie wanting to see Pinhead. And a lot of the first movie, like you said, is just about like luring men back to the house and letting him feed. You know, he's essentially like mush to start with. He like grows out of the mush, doesn't he? So a bit more Pinhead action would be good. And some with today's, I hope they invest a bit in like practical effects with like the Cenobites as well. That could be really cool. They did that.
The Cenobites in this one. Go on, Paul. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, I think the thing with Pinhead is his look is more iconic than what he actually does in the movies, and it's just his look is so iconic that, you know, you go to the cover of the original, you just like, you know, eyes are just drawn to it.
One of them in the video shop when you were a kid. It was always
good. But I agree. I hope this new one, she has more of a effect in the film.
Yeah, not long to go either. Is it the start of October or something like that?
I think it is,
yeah. No trailer out for that either yet.
No, they've only brought like a title sequence out and a couple of images, I think. So I'm happy with that. Just keep it that way for me. I think it'd be coming to Disney Plus as well, because it's a Hulu original, I think. Yeah.
They did well with Prey, so I've got to give them the juice, man. So
that's another one we never mentioned before, Prey. If you want to call it a horror, I don't know, maybe more of
horror elements,
So last thing I'll say, Tony, are you happy for them to go down this Julia route, or do you want to see a totally different story direction? Would you, what would you prefer?
I don't know. I'm not too fussed as long as it's decent. You know what I mean? Like I say, it might be something to do with Julia. I don't know. Or it could be another. Like I say, I think there's been about. I think I've got about, I don't know how many Hellraisers there's been, probably 11, 12, is there something like that? Probably.
It's actually
quite a lot, yeah. And but yeah, I'm not too fussed as long as it's decent. But yeah, they might go down the Julia route, but we shall see. Maybe a relative or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Could link to that one a little bit, couldn't it? If the Pinhead can be anything he wants, it might quietly relate to the original, or
there might be nods to the original.
Sorry,
yeah.
There might be nods to the original.
Yeah. Okay, should we move on from Hellraiser then?
Yeah.
Okay. Puppet Master series needs a reboot.
I'd be up for it. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Never seen any of them, so
You
guys,
it'd be hard now for you to fully enjoy it, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's like the nostalgia when you watch it when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
It's another one of them ones where you went in the video shop and they had them in like the big fucking boxes and the cool art on the front.
That's it.
Yeah, the first one's okay, but it might be worth a punt just to see what you think. Just go into it with low expectations.
I would watch it. I would. I watch anything horror related. But Tariq Wagan. Okay.
Blood clot.
Right, so we'll move on. We've done a couple of the big ones there. So Paul, I know you haven't really seen the first one here, so you don't have to speak too much on this if you don't want. But we've got Terrifier 2 coming now. This is probably, along with another film I'm going to mention in a minute, my most anticipated film of the year, to be honest, because I just absolutely love the first one. I love how brutal it is. It's got my favorite horror slasher kill ever in it. And I just love killer clown movies, and Art is just the best killer clown in my opinion, even over Pennywise for me. I just love him. So if that doesn't make you want to watch the film, Paul, I don't know what will. But what are you guys' thoughts on Terrifier 2? Are you a fan of the first one? I know you've both seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So what about you, Tony? Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, like I say, it's one of my anticipated films. I hope I don't know if they're going to expand on Art the Clown, like, where he came from or anything, because obviously in the first one, he just appears, you don't get no background, nothing. He's just killing people, basically, which I like. So I don't know how they're going to go, but I can't wait to see him on screen again. I think, what's his name? David Howard Thornton, is it? I think someone like that. I think he's really quite an interesting character to watch. He's I don't know, there's something creepy about him, and I can't wait. I hope it's as brutal and bloody as the last one. And it should be pretty good if they've got a bit more of a budget as well, which they probably will have, I should think.
And it's getting a cinema release, isn't it? This one.
Yeah, so it should make it a little bit better, but we never know. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Let's put it this way.
I think with the cinema release, I think they're trying to get him as a character into iconic status now, because they know there's something there, and a lot more people are just going to latch on to it, I think. But what about you, Luke?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one as well. Like, as soon as I seen the trailer, I was like, yeah, this is one of my most highly anticipated movies as well. Loved the first one, just sort of came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, what's this bullshit? Watched it. I was like, this is class. This is a good horror film. And it's weird as well because it's extremely brutal and it has got like really over the top kills, but it's got some like really sinister, creepy, like subtle moments in it and stuff like that as well. There's like a particular bit where he's in the cafe and he's just like, just for ages staring at someone. They're like looking and then they look away and looking back and he's still doing it and stuff like that. So it's actually quite a special film, I think. It was made with a lot of heart, a lot of love. Like, the people that made this movie, like, you can tell that they are like die-hard horror fans. They like know what they're doing, even if it was like their first type movie, they've gone into it and really put some effort into it, and I really appreciated that. And I hope that their character does make it to up the level with the other guys, because I think it truly deserves it. I think it will have a bigger budget in this one as well. And like you said, George, I think it's going to try and reach out to the wider audiences and make people want to go back and revisit the first one. I also hope that they don't go too deep into his background. It's almost like Halloween in the first one.
Yeah.
Like he's just there. You don't know what the hell's going on, why he's doing it.
It's kind of like the Joker character from Batman. You don't know too much about him. He's just causing chaos, isn't he?
It makes it more scary when you don't know this guy is just doing something. It's, you know, it grabs you quite quickly, I think, as well. When you put it on, you like go straight inside the cafe scene and you're like, this is quite interesting. And it just hooked me in straight away. I was really surprised. Like another film I went in with no expectations and came away and really, really liked it.
Yeah, so you're making me just want to watch it again now, talking about that cafe scene. Paul, I know you haven't seen it. Have you got any plans to watch this one?
Yeah, I mean, like I think around this time last year, when we were talking about horror, I think you, Jordan, might have. What was the film he sort of debuted in? What was that called?
All Hallows Eve. I think that's on Prime, actually.
Yeah, right. So I watched that, and I'll be brutally honest, it just didn't work for me. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. I remember wasn't there a scene where he's terrorizing some girl at a train station or a bus stop or something along them lines.
I haven't seen All Hallows Eve, to be honest, but I am planning on watching it. But
okay, right. So I watched that, and I remember you saying to me, Jordan, just watch Terrifier. But I didn't. I watched that first, and off the back of that, I just never got round to watching Terrifier. But what I tend to do every October is sort of get a list of horror movies down I'm going to watch. It'll be all, you know, classics that I love, and then I'll throw in ones, you know, I might have missed like previous years, just sort of catch up. So if there's a second one coming out, you guys seem to be hyping up. I feel I owe it to myself to really watch it. Because like you said, if this second one, they seem to be, it will be higher budget, that's for certain. And if, like you said, people might watch this one and be like, right, I need to go and revisit the other one. I'd rather do it, watch this one first, then maybe go into the second one. Because I'll be honest, I hate being out the loop when horror fans are talking about something I've not seen it. So I think I need to catch up quick before the sequel comes out.
It was on Shudder as well. I don't know if it's still on there.
It was.
I think it is, yeah.
It is actually, yeah.
All Hallows Eve isn't the same actor playing Art the Clown, though, as in Terrifier, is it?
Oh, isn't it?
Right.
All right.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
No,
I didn't know that.
No, it isn't the same. It looks similar, but it isn't. I can't remember the other guy's name, but David Howard Thornton, I think he only played the Terrifier in the film. And it was a different guy who played him in that.
Man. He's fucking well creepy, like villain, the Terrifier.
It's on. It runs on for 2 hours and 20 minutes, isn't it?
The new one.
Is it?
Yeah. But I seen all the reactions the other day because I think it was at Fright Fest or something, and everyone was just going, "Wow, this film is like, I loved it. It flew by. It was just a brilliant film." And the director Damien Leone was just putting all these screenshots up, and I was like, "Right, I'm really excited now." So
that's cool.
Yeah, I've asked for a screener. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I've asked. So yeah, like I said though, my most favorite slasher kill ever is in that first one. I won't tell you what it is because Paul hasn't seen it, but I just hope there's more of that. And the lads out in Prague said, "Have you seen Terrifier?" And I was like, "Yeah," because they knew this new one was coming out. And I just showed them that kill on the phone, and they were like, "How do you watch this?" But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. It's mainly the character of the clown that I just can't wait to see again, you know. So yeah, should we move on from Terrifier then? Because
go for it.
Said everything about that, yeah. Okay, just a couple of comments really quick. Man Cave Movies, enjoying the stream, lads. Can only catch you for a little bit with my ship Wi-Fi. Take care. No problem, mate. Thanks for coming along. Hope you're enjoying it. Tom 180, evening gents. Hope you're okay, mate. Bumpers movie, Terrifier is sick. It's on for 140 minutes and it's insane. Have you seen it, mate? Let us know what it's like. No spoilers though. And talking about clowns, have you seen Stitches from 2012? Yes, I have. Has anyone else seen that?
I have seen that one, yeah.
I've not seen that one, no.
It's all right. I'd say it's worth a watch personally, but the other two might disagree. I don't know.
I did watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space for the first time last Saturday, though. That was really fucking cool.
I need to watch that. Obviously, with the game coming out, it's getting everyone's talking about it again, and it is just one of them films. It's just one of them films that just escaped me. It's like I say, it's one of them that you'd walk into the VHS store, you'd see it. I remember the cover and everything. I just never ever seen it. So yeah, I need to put that on my watch list.
You know what's weird about that film? That film was an 18 all the time. It's a 12 certificate now. Really? Yeah. You'll hate it, Paul.
Really?
Really? I don't even reckon you'll get through it.
Okay.
It knows exactly what it is. Go on, Sony. What was you going to say then, mate?
No, so I love Killer Clowns, man. That's brings me so many childhood memories.
For that movie though. The soundtrack is sick.
Yeah. I just love like how ridiculous it is. It's just it is the ultimate B movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. This will lead us onto our next film here. So Bumper's movie says, "Yeah, I saw that and Barbarian at Fright Fest. Both awesome." Well, you're a lucky guy, Bumper. Let me tell you that. So Barbarian, have you guys heard of this one?
Yes, I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
me too.
Okay, start with you, Luke, this time. What do you think of this one, mate? You excited? You're not bothered?
I actually only saw this trailer yesterday. Paul sent it to me yesterday, and I had no idea about this movie whatsoever, and it looks sick, to be fair. It looks really cool, really interesting. I was just like, I like these sort of like claustrophobic, like when a movie's done on quite a small scale, but it's done really well. I think it's really effective in horror, and I just like it is. What's his name?
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Pennywise, isn't it?
Yeah, Pennywise. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good, really interesting. Like quite different actually as well. I've not seen anything like this for a while, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
I haven't seen a character called Keith in anything for a while either.
Right, Keith.
That's my dad's name, by the way. If he's watching, it was just a little thing on him. Yeah, it does look interesting. I'll give you my thoughts in a minute. But what about you, Tony? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've been, I heard about it a few months ago, and I saw a few trailers and stuff, and it just looks. Yeah, you got Bill Skarsgård. It looks like, I don't know, like claustrophobic. I think, by the looks of it, I don't know. I'm not going to get into anything, but it looks like a girl goes to rent a house and there's someone already in it, and then it goes from there. And there's someone already there, and I think he must put her up for the night or something. And I don't know what goes down, but it looks proper. It's like I think it's a mystery film, so I think it leaves you guessing. I think it goes into pretty dark places from what I've seen. So. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think the trailer showed you a lot, but without showing you a lot, I do think there's more to come. Like the trailer sort of gives you the vibe of what's going to happen and stuff, and gives you little glimpses. But I do think there's going to be a lot more to it than that. To be honest, yeah. Kind of reminded me of a lot of people saying it's this year's Malignant, and that just might be the horror film that comes out of nowhere and sort of blows everyone away. I thought Malignant was brilliant, to be honest, but yeah, it looks really well directed and stuff, I think, and just the early reviews coming out are actually really positive. And it's only out next week, I think it's out next week, is it?
I think it is.
It's quite a bizarre name for the film, though, isn't it?
What was that?
Quite a bizarre name for the film.
Yeah. It screams horror, but I think it's something to do with the name of the house.
Maybe.
All right, okay.
Going from the trailer, but I might be wrong there. I don't know. What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, like I follow a lot of film journalists on Twitter, and they've been buzzing about this film the last couple of days. That's what made me find the trailer. People are saying, people who I trust as well. That you've got your people who you sort of trust their opinions. People saying like this is a film if Wes Craven and Sam Raimi teamed together. They said go into this film as blind as possible. The trailer doesn't give nothing away. The name is one of the weirdest names for a film, that's really got nothing to do with the film. That's what I've heard someone say. I've heard people say it's the best horror film of the year, easy. I'm excited for it. Just all these, I've not heard one negative thing. It's all been a lot of positive buzz. So yeah, Scott. As soon as I heard Wes Craven meet Sam Raimi, I was like, yeah, there you go. Take my money.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like the way it's like that as well. Like we've seen his trailer, and that's all we need now. I think we don't need to see any more trailers. I'm just happy with that now, you know. And especially when people are saying the trailer doesn't give everything away, that gets me even more excited. So yeah, all right then. I don't think we can actually go on about that one a bit much more because we don't know too much about it, do we? So
I mean, just through personal things, that how I view films. So sometimes, if I go into a film like totally blind and I've sort of got an idea what the film's going to be and it's completely different, it's sort of, I don't know, it sort of dampens my experience with the movie. Malignant was an example of that. A film we're going to talk about shortly is another example of that, but we'll get onto it. But I will go watch, because everyone said, you know, go and watch it as knowing as little as possible. I trust them that I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so should we get on to the one that I know the other one you're referring to? Then it's a prequel coming out to it of X, and that's called Pearl. Along with Terrifier 2, my most anticipated film of the year, because I seen that trailer, I was absolutely blown away. I had no idea it was going to look that good to me, to be honest. And I was a big fan of X. Probably my favorite horror film of the year. I think I've got a 5th on my whole letterbox ranking for the whole year, and it's the top horror film. So I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for this one, to be honest. So should we start with you, Tony? What are your thoughts on Pearl?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I can't believe it actually come out this year. I thought it was going to be like next year, you know. But it just sort of sprung it on us, and yeah, from the trailer, it looks amazing, man. I like to say I'm a big fan of X as well, and Mia Goth, I love her acting. She's a great actress, and yeah, it just looks. I don't know if it's going to be. It's going to obviously be a little bit different to X but hopefully they keep some, you know, some elements, and it does look really well done to say. I think, is it set in the, I don't know, 40s or 50s or something like that?
Set in the events of the First World War.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's like 1918 or something. Something like
that.
Is
it? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So even earlier than I thought. But yeah, from what I've seen, it looks awesome. I can't wait. Really can't.
Yeah. One thing that struck me about that trailer was the cinematography and stuff, the way the actual look of the film, to be honest. But interesting to see Mia Goth playing the same character again. She plays 2 different characters in X, so I like the way they're playing on that a little bit there. But what about you, Paul? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, this is what I was talking about going into a film with an expectation. I was quite late to X. I didn't even see it at the cinema. I rented it out when it come onto digital. I liked X, but just through everyone else talking about it, everyone was building up like this. There was this mad twist to the movie. There's this big twist in the film. So from start to finish, I was watching the film going, right, what's this twist? What's this twist? What's this twist? And then the film ended. And then the credits come up, Mia Goth playing this and that. But I'd already got wind of that quite early on in the film. I'm not one of these people, I guessed it before it happened. I thought it was like the killer in the movie. I knew that wasn't an old person. I knew that was someone in makeup. It looks like someone in makeup. My girlfriend got onto that. She was like, that's clearly someone in makeup. And then, so all the way through the film, I was watching it thinking, is this going to like have like a Saw sort of twist or a Cabin in the Woods sort of twist? That's what I was waiting for. So when the twist, once I started talking to people saying, oh, that is the twist that she's playing the same character, I was like, oh. So that sort of dampened my sort of viewing of it the first time. So I left it a couple of months, and then this trailer come out, and I watched it and was like, this film looks incredible. The thing with X that it sort of grosses me out, the killer in it. She just, for whatever reason, that killer, it just grosses me out when she's having sex with the old guy on the bed. It's just I don't want to see that.
But to see Mia Goth going on,
to see Mia Goth, that like the poster for it looks awesome. Like when she's just in the red thing with the axe, it looks fantastic. But like I said, I rewatched X with sort of a different mindset, and I've put it. I think I've got like number 10 in my top films of the year so far. It could go up with repeat viewings, but I'm more excited for this one. This one looks awesome.
Yeah.
Go on then, Luke. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. Really, really enjoyed it. It's probably my favourite horror film of the year as well. It sings a lot to me. Like, I like those type of like grimy grindhouse style movies, and it's relatively slow burn through it as well. I quite enjoy that sometimes as well. The cinematography was like fantastic in the first one as well. There's like a particular shot with like where she's in a lake and there's like a crocodile that goes into the lake and it's going dead slow. I thought that was really nice. I really enjoyed it. And I read an interview with Ty West before X came out that said that it's going to be part of a trilogy of movies. So I sort of went into it knowing that there was going to be a prequel made and then a sequel to it. So that didn't dampen it in that sort of way, because I knew there was more to come. Like, I've seen a few people who've watched it and they've just been like, is that it? You know, like, I've watched the whole movie, and then you go a long, long time, then you might get, you know, the third act is over and done with, if you like. But this one looks incredible, though. I think they've obviously planned this out really well, the way that they've done it as well. They've had it in mind to do this. I think this one will be ramped up a little bit more, I reckon, because it's going to be solely sort of concentrating on her. And as you know, she's fucking insane, isn't she? So, so whereas like the X was relatively slow burn, I think this one will be right down your throat, in your face. I don't think it'll be the same sort of, it won't be paced the same. I think it'll just be more of a boom, go for it type movie. But yeah, I
like the way it's sort of taking elements from the first one. It's like it's all set on the same farmhouse. She must have lived there all her life. The lake that you mentioned, she's going to push it looks like she's going to push her parents into it at one point, so she can get rid of them and stuff. And it's bringing back the whole porn industry thing, isn't it? It's like the start of the porn industry, and she's like, I want to star in these movies and stuff like that. So I do like the way it's attaching itself to X a lot. So I'm really excited to just see Mia Goth swinging that axe around, to be honest. But
I'm sure they filmed them back to back, you know.
Yeah. I think they did.
I think they did, yeah.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, to do that, though, I suppose. For budget restraints as well.
I'm guessing the young guy she meets in it's obviously going to be a husband from the X as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I should think so.
Loyal to the soil, that dude.
Yeah, so when you mentioned the trilogy there, I read somewhere that it's going to take place in the 90s and it's going to be about sort of snuff films.
That's
what I read, but I might, I'm sure I read it. 99% certain, but I don't know how they're going to do that, because if it's in the 90s, is it going to involve any of the characters?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so we're all excited for Pearl, Andy. I keep looking at my cinema. It doesn't show any trailers ever. It's got no listings, so I'm a bit kind of worried here. Are we going to get it soon or not?
Next week, doesn't it?
It's meant to be coming out next week. Yeah. So, is it coming straight to VOD? I don't know. I thought it'd be a cinema release.
It'll come out in the cinema, definitely.
I hope so.
It'll be out in the cinema.
Which people them? You look on the Friday and it's there, one showing or whatever. I don't know.
They've done that bullshit thing that they did with Malignant now as well, where they just bring out the Blu-ray and then like months down the line they bring out the 4K.
Yeah.
But I did see the other day that there's like a really nice 4K steelbook you can get on Amazon Italy. You can pre-order it there. Yeah.
Tony, you've probably got that, haven't you?
No, I've got the American release, just a Blu-ray. But
I've seen a Germany media book that was quite nice.
Yeah. Okay, isn't it? Yeah, it looks nice.
Just to let you know, Terrifier is getting a Blu-ray release. It's listed on Amazon. It's coming out like the same time as 2, and you can buy them in a double pack, I think.
Oh, that'd be cool. Very good.
Okay, so we've got greetings from Bass County. Hello, Scream TV. Hope you're well. Thanks so much for coming along. Tom 180. Anyone seen A Cure for Wellness? Also stars Mia Goth. Very strange stuff. Good idea, but I don't think it quite worked out. I have not seen that one.
Is that all that dude out of Spider-Man 2 in?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was he in it? Yeah, that was a weird film. That was a weird film
as well.
That's it's directed by Gore Verbinski, that film, and it's really the cinematography is amazing in that film. It's like in a big castle, you know. It's mad.
Yeah,
mad
that's
film.
the one.
There's a bit.
I've heard of it.
When you're saying about the cinematography, then there's a bit on a train near the start.
Yeah,
it just blew my fucking head. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, that was mad. That was mad. Yeah.
Right, so sorry, Tom, I haven't seen it, but these guys obviously have. Is it a good film?
I'd agree with them comments.
Right.
Yeah,
it's weird. I enjoyed it. It's on for a long time though. It's a long film.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Is it like pushing a 3-hour mark?
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like Shutter Island, if you've seen that, a little bit.
Yeah, it is. That's a good shout.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, just move on to the next one. Probably won't. I'll tell you what. We'll go to the next big one, and then there's a few little ones that I'll mention. So the next big one isn't actually a movie; it's a TV series. So obviously, we're getting Chucky Season 2. Now, Chucky is my favorite horror icon alongside Freddy. I think he might even be better than Freddy for me. I just love him. The first season of Chucky, I thought it was okay. I loved Chucky in it, but I didn't really like some of the characters. I'm not going to lie, but now Chucky Season 2 is apparently keeping all them same characters in this, and it's a continuation. It's not going to be like Chucky in a different country or a different city or whatever. Different country, like a different city or anything like that, or getting involved with all different characters. It's a continuation of one. So I'm kind of like that. And there was a lot going on in the end of season 1. It was getting a bit like Curse of Chucky, wasn't it?
Cool. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on this? We'll start with you this time, Paul, because I know you've got the first season on Blu-ray and everything there.
Yeah, I'm like you, Joe. You know, I think we've sort of bonded over Chucky when we first started talking over YouTube and whatnot. I love Chucky, probably my favorite icon up there with Michael Myers. It's the same with Halloween Kills. Chucky Season 1 for me. When Chucky's on screen, I'm like, yeah, that's Chucky. That's, you know, Brad Dourif there. You know, without him, that character doesn't exist. He come back. He brought his A game for that show. The kills were awesome. He looked awesome. It looked a nice show. But same with you, them teenage American high school kids. That's not what I wanted at all. They were annoying. I wanted them all. I literally, a bit like Halloween Kills, I wanted that show to end where all them are butchered. Like, get rid of all these characters, Chucky, and you know, go and sit off in a toy store and just smoke a cigar or something, man, because they were annoying as hell. Literally, I was watching it week after week, going, "Oh, these guys are really grating on me." But when Chucky's on screen, that's when I'm enjoying the show. And like you said, Joe, it's towards the end, it was really going down that cult Chucky, bringing all them Tiffany elements in and all the different Chuckies. And I believe season 2 is bringing back his son. I'm sure I've read that Glenn and Glenda's coming back into it as the human ones, not the doll. I was like, come on, bro. Yeah, they had a good thing. Like, you've got a good thing there. Just take it back to basics,
so
like you did with.
The son's coming back in human form.
Yeah, go on.
No, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So what I've heard is that they're bringing Glenn and Glenda back. And can you remember at the end of whichever film was where they've been turned into the humans, like the 2 little ginger kids? So apparently they're now in it. I was like, oh no, because like what I loved about Curse of Chucky, that they took it back to basics, and they sort of did it at the start of this, and then as it kept going, they were bringing in them elements that I don't like from the Child's Play franchise. So I'll watch it just out of loyalty to the character, but we'll see how we get on with it.
It does sound like it's going to go even crazier, doesn't it, to be honest? What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I'm not really that arsed, to be fair. Watch it when it comes on Sky again. I didn't hate it, though, to be fair. I watched it. I think I binged it all in one night as well. I just had a night where I just sat up till like 4 a.m. I just watched them all. It was just like, I just thought, yeah, it's all right, to be fair. Like, it does suffer from that, like, night Halloween Kills fever. Like, it's all just tripe until Chucky's there. You know, there's a particular shot where he's with the flames behind him. That was like a pretty sick shot, man. But yeah, he was firing on all cylinders. He was swearing and he was like funny and all that kind of stuff. I like Chucky when he's like that. It wasn't offensive. I've seen worse, but I won't be like rushing out to watch it day one. I'll probably just a rainy Sunday afternoon. I'll probably end up binging the lot and just maybe feeling the same. It felt a little bit like it was going to go into like The Bride of Chucky, you know, where it sort of goes into like a road movie. Yeah, they get off at the end, don't they? So I thought they might have been going down that route. I don't like Cult of Chucky and all that. I thought the curse wasn't bad, where he's in the house with the girl and all that sort of stuff. That one was cool. Cult was shit, where he comes in with his fresh trim and all that sort of bollocks. I didn't really like that one.
To be honest, though, no one really likes Cult, and there's a lot of the Cult in the end of the series. Why, out of all the films, why that one?
I really wish that they would have focused more on like the first 3 Child's Play movies and sort of used that as the influence and just sort of like bin bagged the more modern ones. But it seems that they've sort of picked the more modern ones to base this off. I think they're trying to pull in a younger audience to this. Because realistically, it's just going to be like a bunch of fucking 35-year-old fellas sat around watching it.
What have you got in your hand there, mate?
What's that, sorry?
What have you got in your hand?
Oh, that's the dog's chew.
Sorry, I was just like, what's
I tell you what makes me laugh about the Chucky TV series, something that really stood out to me. They brought back Kyle from Child's Play 2 wearing the exact same outfit that she had in that film. I'm like, I can imagine her wardrobe just being the same shit with that same beret hat and whatnot. Like, why is she wearing the exact same clothes? Just so you sort of know who you know who the character is. I'd say that's what else I did not like as well. I did not like, and I've actually seen Child's Play fans say they like this about it. I hated the fact that they had Fiona Dourif? They had her playing Charles Lee Ray in flashback.
Did you remember the voice she done? Oh, the voice she done was terrible.
Did not like that at all.
Tell you what was worse though, that fucking fan film that we waited 9 years for.
Oh, Joel, have you seen this Chucky? Have you seen this Charles fan film yet?
No, I've heard of it.
Mate, they've been teasing it for about 5 years. I swear to God, I've
seen
been
the build up and everything.
Yeah, for this fan film for years, and they're showing us little screenshots of like, oh, this looks amazing, and then they released it like 2 months ago, and it just got shit on by everyone. It was awful.
Hey, one of the Kickstarters was like $1,000 as well.
Yeah.
Have you two seen it?
I've seen it, it's terrible, man. You can watch it on YouTube for free. But like the look of the doll, and they kept showing these like little snippets of it, and like they got like someone with like a really sort of authentic voice to like come in and do it, and they were like working. You seen like little behind the scenes where they were in like little like things doing animatronics and all that. You're like, fair play, but it was like utter garbage. Like you could have made it with an app on your phone. It's that fucking bad.
I have to check it out.
You won't even be able to make it through it. It's just background noise, to be fair. I felt sorry for him, to be honest.
Yeah, it really got tore a new one. Like, I remember I was watching it live when they premiered it, and the comments were just like, this is terrible.
Oh, no way.
They went a weird supernatural way in it as well, didn't they? In that as well, even more.
I don't know. I don't know. I started stopped paying attention to it. I was like, I need to turn this off.
Oh, mate, yeah. After the first 10 minutes, I was like flaking out. But like the build up for it was like so good. They were selling it so fucking well, though. That's the thing.
The only fan film I've seen was that Don't Hike Alone. I thought that was quite good, to be honest.
That was awesome.
Yeah, man, that was sick. Don't Hike in Snow's class as well by the same people.
Yeah, second one, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, then, Tony, what about you, mate? Are you looking forward to this TV series, or you're not bothered?
Well, I was a bit on to it, to be fair. I didn't watch it straight away. I just sort of grabbed an odd episode. It was okay. It was okay. It was my go-to Chucky. With like the first three, I really enjoy. The others, I'm like, I can watch them, but yeah, I don't like you say the characters in it. Oh, annoyed the hell out of me, man. Them kids, bloody hell! Why don't just kill them all off in the first episode? Would have been better. But I don't know. It just I don't really know what much more they can do with Chucky. To be fair.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what can they do in this series now? It's just
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to. I don't know. It's just going to be like a comedy, isn't it? I suppose. Think.
It is. It's going to be dead cheesy and stupid, isn't it? And
yeah, but, stick to the originals, I think.
That's why I went against the Child's Play remake. Now, the doll looked terrible, but I went against it because it was like, Don Mancini's going in all these mad directions here.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at there, Paul?
Every time I think of the Child's Play remake, I just remember going to the cinema with Luke to watch it. And within 3 minutes, within literally about 60 seconds of the film starting, and they show you the doll straight away for the first time, I just went like this, looked at Luke and went,
oh, no. Yeah, it was a terrible doll, wasn't it? It was awful.
I don't think it was a bad movie overall, though, but the look of the doll was awful.
Oh, it was awful. The doll.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's what it did it for me. I think if they stuck more to the original doll, maybe I might have enjoyed it a bit more. But yeah, it's that what was it called? Buddy doll. And I was like, what is this? This isn't Child's Play. It's just one of them films. Some remakes work for me, some don't. That one, unfortunately, it didn't. I'd rather just watch the original. Whether there's other remakes of horror films where I could happily watch it straight after the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I must admit, as much as I quite liked it, I'm probably hardly ever going to watch it again. So, Patrick McAteer, I have to go and watch Terrifier now. Is that your other name on here, Paul? Patrick McAteer? Because do you need to go and watch it? No. Yeah, Patrick, it's a really good film, mate, honestly. Okay, so we've got the main ones out the way now. We'll just quickly go over these because we're an hour and 20 minutes in here. So, okay, I don't know if you've seen the original of this one, but there's a Goodnight Mommy remake coming on Prime.
Yeah, there is.
Now, I watched the trailer before, and for me, it looks like the exact same film, but I'm hoping they do like a little bit of a different twist on it, but without giving the ending away to the original. What do you guys think of this? Is it on your radar? You're not going to bother? Start with you, Tony.
I like the original, to be fair. I know not everyone did, but it's it's quite. I don't know. I can. What can I can get under your skin, sort of. It's like you don't really know what's happening, and then, like you say, the ending. I'm not going to give it away, but I'm looking forward to this one because it's got like, who is it? Naomi Watts in it in this one. Yeah. So she done the Ring remake, and I really like the Ring remake, and hopefully it'll get it to obviously a wider audience because it isn't a foreign film, and it's going to be in English, obviously. So, but I'll look forward to see what they're going to do with it. I think has it got obviously a pair of twin actors playing the twins again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. Nothing. I'm not expecting too much, but I do like Naomi Watts, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What about you, Luke?
I've not actually seen the first one.
Haven't you?
No, I haven't. Is it something you'd recommend?
Yeah. Basically, it's about these two kids, and the mum goes away and gets plastic surgery. She comes back, and she's got all the stuff wrapped around her face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's acting a bit strange, so they think that's not really our mum, that's someone else. Basically, that's the premise of it.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like when my missus goes to get her lips done, like she's very
yeah, exactly that, mate.
Actually sounds quite interesting though, to be fair. I wouldn't mind giving that a go.
I thought it was a really good film, to be honest, but there's a bit of a twist on it and stuff, but I'm just seeing if they're going to go the same way and this way. I don't know. But it's probably going to be one of them. I'll just watch it. But, there's that Goodnight Mommy remake. Press play. I'm not going to be anticipating it or anything. Because I feel like I've seen the ultimate version anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hoping they do something different. What about you then, Paul?
You know what? It's weird. I feel like I have watched it, but I've got no recollection of it. or I was going to watch it and I'd seen screenshots and stuff, and the ending was already spoiled for me.
Right.
When did it come out? When did it go, like 2012 or something like that?
Yeah, it was
Was
like
it around,
Swedish,
I feel like it was quite a while back.
yeah, it is.
I feel, because I'm just looking at pictures here now of it. I've just got it like in the corner of my laptop, and I recognise it, but I can't quite remember if I watched it all the way through or I'd seen bits of it. But because the ending was spoiled for me, I didn't bother watching it. But like Tony said, The Ring, I hadn't seen the original Ring before the remake, and the remake made me go back and watch the original. So I might do that with this one, because the idea and the premise of it sounds cool. But I feel like I already know the ending, but I can't quite. I don't know what. I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah, just
and even if it is right or not.
It's one of them as well. Like, you type in top 30 horror films now, everyone seems to put it in the list on these websites and stuff. It's like got a bit of a recognition now, to be honest. Okay, so we'll move on from that one now if you want. A couple of questions here. Evening, fellas, how are we? Nice to have you all together. Nice one, Paul.
Paul
also says, watched the original Poltergeist last night. You can so tell that it had Spielberg involved. Expected it to be better. I was a bit disappointed. Yeah, to be honest with you, Paul, I'm not a massive fan of that film, to be honest. I think it's just very average, in my opinion. But I know it's a favourite amongst horror fans and stuff. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm the same, Poltergeist. I think I came into it a bit too late. So, I mean, I can imagine when it first come out with like the special effects and everything, everyone was like, wow, you need to see this Poltergeist. Spielberg's a name attached to it. Probably helped sell it a lot back in the day when it first come out. I come into it rather late. I enjoyed it. It was good, but it's not one I revisit often. Controversial. I actually quite enjoyed the remake of it as well, to be fair.
That was Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Okay, and he says, Terrifier and Sleepaway Camp are horror movies I really want to see. Sleepaway Camp is one I really want to see as well, even though I do know the end, but I still want to see it because I just love horror films in campsites. Yeah, sure you guys have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Sophie the Bible says, Jordan, I love the t-shirt Jamie sent you. Thank you. I've got it on right now, actually. I was made up with that. Yeah. Do you get any horror film related tattoos? I haven't hit one yet. I would actually. I do plan on getting some actually. You guys?
Yeah, I probably won't mind a Mickey one.
Or Mickey? I thought you meant Mickey Mouse then.
I'd probably get a Batman one though, from the Batman.
Yeah,
I think I would. I'm tempted to get like a Batman leg sleeve, but after Patterson's Batman is like the main one. But yeah, maybe my friend's got a sick Friday the 13th, like with the axe and all that sort of stuff. That was really good, really nice, like top half of his sleeve. That was really cool. But yeah,
I'd like a full arm sleeve of, if you ever get around to it, like Lucio Fulci films, you know, full sleeve.
That'd be class.
Yeah, but pain, money, time.
I feel like I should have one as a horror fan. I should have at least one, but
with the Lecky bills going up, there'll be about $9,000 a tattoo soon, won't there?
Oh, that counts as a horror one, does it?
Well, Superman. What is it?
What's that? Rasta Mouse?
Is that the Joker?
Just a little jester. I got it when I was like 15.
Little jester. Class.
We've got quite a few comments here, but I'll just go to the next film and then I'll get to the comments, everyone. Okay, because this is just one that's coming to Netflix. Stephen King film called Mr. Harrigan's Phone. Have you guys heard this one?
No.
Yeah. What do you reckon then, Tony? Have you read the book or anything? Or you just know about the film? Or what?
Yeah, I saw something on the book, and I was actually skipping through YouTube a long time ago, and someone was like explaining it, and I think it's like, is it someone goes to see I don't know, an old guy who's like a billionaire, and gives him a phone or something, and then when he dies, he sort of can contact him through this phone or something like that. That's what I've heard, anyway.
Yeah, I think he works with him or something. He's like a young apprentice to him or something, and he buys him a phone, and this old guy can't believe how good technology is and stuff. And then he dies, and he just texts him. I don't know why. He texts him back when he's died.
Yeah, it's weird. But...
Little snappy from the grave.
Yeah, because it's a modern film, they might make it WhatsApp instead of text message. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still alive. Let me out. Yeah, it does sound interesting to me though. It's from a Stephen King short story, isn't it? So they're going to adapt it into a Netflix film.
I mean, I'll watch it. Well, do you remember that Gerald's Game that come on Netflix? Man, that film blew my mind how good that was. I thought that was going to be utter tripe. I did. And I thought it was class. So if it's anything down, but it's a Stephen King short story. I'm just looking at the cast here. It's got that young kid from the It reboot. In the one with the forget his character name in the film. Bill. He's in it. The premise sounds quite good. It sounds like just Pet Cemetery, but with humans with phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It's on Netflix. It'll be for free, so I'll check it out. Yeah.
That Gerald's Game, I think, to this day, is one of the best Netflix movies that they've made.
It was class. It was really inventive and interesting. Like, it was such a good premise.
Amazing film.
Salem's Lot's coming out as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Salem's Lot
remake, That'll be cool. Yeah, my Stephen King series is going to take off. I might get 100 views on the next video. Okay. There's only a few more to go. So we've got one here called that Luke recommended to me. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer. I don't think you have, Paul, have you? The Retaliators. Now, I don't know if this is a pure horror film, but it looks really violent and more of a thriller with horror elements, maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, like a revenge thriller.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with you, Luke. What do you reckon of this one, mate? Because you've got me really excited for this now, and I really want to see it after seeing the trailer again today.
Well, originally, one of my favourite bands is Motley Crue. I've always loved Motley Crue. And they put out a post that they were doing a song, an original song for a revenge horror movie that was coming out. So that sort of picked up my ears. So I just typed it in, and it had some really cool artwork for the poster and stuff. Then I watched the trailer, but this film looks sick. This film looks really, really good. And I just got onto it. It's just, I've got the Blu-ray somewhere, but I can't find it. I've been looking for it all week. Called Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. Yeah. It's got them sort of vibes as well. I think he's like an everyday man. He's like a preacher. His family get murdered. It's a pretty generic premise, I think. But with a bit of a twist where a guy offers him the opportunity to spend a certain amount of time with the person that's wronged his family. So he says, you can do what you want, but you can't. You've got 5 minutes with him, but you can't kill him. And puts all the tools down. But obviously it goes sort of wrong, and you see him in different locations. But it's I love those films where it's a mild-mannered guy is pushed to the extreme, and then he'll take it to the extreme as well. A little bit like that guy who's a total douchebag in the Hills Have Eyes, the new movie. But by the end, he walks out with the fucking dog and half a hand.
Yeah, the dog with glasses on.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. They come across as sniveling little characters, but then they turn it around and they end up becoming the ultimate sort of hero of the movie. But we said before, George, I feel like I go to all these big movies all the time, and I always talk about these low budget movies that I love, but I don't. I want to go and support this movie, so I probably will go and watch it at the cinema, regardless of whether it's good or not. And I think, the success of these type movies is, it takes people to go out and see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really good. I've watched the trailer twice, I think, and I thought that's enough. I don't want to overdo it with the trailer, because I think if I give it enough time, I sort of forget about certain. I hate going to a film I always used to do it. I used to watch a trailer 20 times, and I'd be like, right, this is the bit where they're in the museum now. Oh, this is the bit where the car chase through the desert's going to happen. You know it all in your brain, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort of avoid doing that now. but one of like the guy who looks like the main villain plays like a real evil guy in a TV series called Banshee.
Is that
He's
the
like
bald guy?
The bald guy, yeah. He plays like a brutal, like rapist prisoner in it. He's a real nasty work in that one, and he looks like he's going to be quite similar in this one. So I'm happy. I'm looking forward to watching this one. I don't know how. I imagine it's got a pretty modest budget. It's only got a 1-day release, but yeah, I'm going to go into it and just hopefully have a good time. Good revenge action horror film.
Yeah, like I'm an Odeon member and I can go as many times as I want, but it's like you said, it's shown at the showcase by me, and I'm still thinking about going to see it because I do want to support it, and it just looks right up my street, to be honest. Do you know anything about this film, Tony?
No, I'm gonna have to look it up now. I don't know much about it. I had a quick look before, about new films coming out, and I did see it there, like the return, and I just see it as like a revenge type, a horror thriller. So it looks quite cool. I need to watch the trailer. Yeah. But if you want to see a revenge film, I watched recently, which is really good. It's called Bull. You haven't seen that?
Oh yeah,
mate. I watched it on Sunday night. It's unreal, that film.
Luke told me to watch that.
Yeah,
it's a good. I watched it a good few months ago. I got it from France on Blu-ray, months ago, and it's it's a brutal film. It's really good film. I liked it anyway. Yeah,
it's that film as me it pushes the realistic violence that far that it turns it into a horror film.
Yeah, it is.
It's not essentially a horror movie, but the violence is so visceral and so real looking that you can only be sort of like thinking that this is like a horror movie. It's so brutal.
Yeah, and then the ending. I'm not going to give anything away, but the ending is sort of turns into a little bit of a horror film, I suppose.
Did you like that twist? Because I've not spoken to anyone that's seen it. I didn't mind it, to be fair.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't see it coming. I thought, what is happening here? I thought, then when he went into where he went, and I was like, I don't want to give anything away, but I thought, oh man, that is a. They thought well about that, because that is something I didn't see coming at all.
I think as well, the twist makes for like a repeat viewing and seeing it from a totally different perspective.
Definitely.
Like you'll watch the film totally different a second time around, which is really like just such a creative idea.
Very
highly recommend. It's £3 to rent. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's good. Good film.
I'll get on that definitely, because you've made me want to watch it now, definitely.
If you like stuff like Shane Meadows and stuff like that, Dead Man Shoes, like This is England, sort of Shoes,
So it's quite realistic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's extremely realistic. You'll look at like the streets where it's set. It looks like it could be on your road. It's very relatable in its feel.
Is that the guy out of Kill List, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. I like him in films. He's like
Neil
strange actor. He's a good one.
Yeah, Neil Massey,
yeah.
Good actor.
Very good actor.
I'll definitely get on that. They've just brought it out on Blu-ray, I think, as well, haven't they?
There's a really nice Blu-ray box set coming out at the end of this month as well. I think it's like £20 on Amazon. Yeah.
Is it second sight?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I'll get on that, definitely. I've got it on me Letterboxd 2021 films to watch, so I will get it.
I think it's just a really, really good example of like how you make a low-budget British film. It just screams British, and it's like I said it in like my review of it, sort of like it's like the best of British to me. It's like if someone was like, "Oh, show me a British horror film," I'd show them that.
Yeah,
they didn't need any budget really, bar probably a couple of barrels of blood. That was it. They didn't need any budget. That was it.
Yeah, it just relied on the acting and like the sort of like just the sinister nature of these characters as well. Like
the grit.
The grit. Just pure grit.
Yeah.
Very good writing. That's all I can say as well.
Very good. Yeah.
I'll definitely be watching that. Definitely. Might make it my next film, to be honest.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really cool.
So, Paul, are you looking forward to the Retaliators?
Sorry.
I'll tell you what.
I'm only joking, lads. No, there was a good little discussion now because it made me want to watch it a lot.
No, I'll tell you what. I've just pulled up this Retaliators while you were talking. Straight away, the poster makes me want to watch it. Straight away, some guy with it just looks like hand-drawn poster, like back in the day. There's a guy with a machete, a bloody T-shirt. It's showing one time at our local cinema, Luke, next on the 14th.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment.
Yeah.
One thing that I did notice that the music's done by Kyle Dixon, who I believe did Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So I want the score to Stranger Things because all that 80s synth. So yeah, it looks like something I'd be interested in. And that Bull, we've spoke about Luke. It's on my list.
Cool.
Hope we make Jamie still watching because me and him go to the cinema sometimes through the week. Because we've both got newborns and now we like to maybe get out the house together. And he might want to go and see this one with me, so I'll ask him. Don't think the girlfriend will be too bad about that. But okay, Sleepaway Campus Gate. Haven't seen the sequels, but I've heard Bruce Springsteen's sister is in the sequels. Is she?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, I've seen them, but I don't know if it's Bruce Springsteen's sister. I don't know. But...
A good show just started on Shudder. 101 Scariest Moments in Horror. Yeah, I've seen that, and thank you so much, Bumper, for reminding me because I'm gonna watch that shit. Does like what it says on the tin.
Me and Luke were talking about it, saying, I hope it's not 101 Scariest Moments in Shudder films because that's not what I want to see. It best be like actual horror films that people have seen.
There was one on BBC years ago, and I thought it was all going to be horror movies, and it involved TV as well. And the number 100 was this train coming towards the screen because everyone thought the train was going to come out the screen, and it was just the train.
Oh my God.
It didn't start getting into Freddy and stuff until like top 20. Had the Joe Pesci moment from Goodfellas in there and everything.
Yeah, but I am going to watch that because I loved that documentary. I don't think Shudder made it, but they picked it up. That oh my God, my mind's gone blank.
Is that
Into Darkness?
Is that what it goes through every year?
Yeah, that's it. That documentary is incredible. So
yeah, there's two of them. I've got both of them.
Yeah, I think there's a third one coming out as well.
I think there is.
There's a good Eli Roth one on there as well.
Yeah,
there is.
They're good. I like watching them. They're cool. Yeah. They get all like the actors on round like a round table, don't they? Like Greg Nicotero's on it quite often.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, really good.
Top 3 picks for movie marathon on Halloween night. Go on, you go first, Paul.
Halloween night.
So 3 films you watch on Halloween.
Yeah. Original Halloween, obviously. Evil Dead, the original. Third one. I'll probably say Child. I'll stick a Child's Play on just to throw in a bit of a lighter Halloween entertainment on there. But yeah, last Halloween, I did Halloween 1, 2018 in Kills, which was quite a cool evening of movies until the third one.
What about you, Luke?
Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Thing.
Oh, yes.
Tony?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to have to go with you guys. Halloween, Trick or Treat. That's with Sam. Cool. And another one that was really good, if you haven't seen, The House is October Bill. Really good film.
Oh, no, I've
heard that.
If you haven't seen that, that's amazing. That's
another one that takes place on Halloween.
Yeah, it's a found footage film about Halloween attractions. You know, Halloween haunts in America, there's like, you know, these houses that are sort of, you walk around, you pay to be scared. It's really, if you haven't seen The House is October Bill, that's a brilliant film.
So what, is it they go into one of them and it's actually really happening, or like?
Basically, I think in this country it's called Blue Skeleton, I think.
Okay.
I think.
No, in the film, do they go into like a haunted house and they think it's an attraction, but it's actually real stuff?
Yeah, so they're on the hunt for the ultimate scare, which is meant to be real, but it's like all through the internet and stuff. So they're trying to go to these bars and stuff to try and find if it's real. And then obviously creepy stuff. They're in this bus going around America trying to find these different attractions to see if there is one that's really killing people and stuff.
Yeah.
And then stuff starts happening, like they start getting followed and stuff, and it's really creepy.
I like found footage films if it's really good, because my imagination sort of takes over with found footage film if they're really effective. So sounds cool.
Really good. Yeah.
Have you seen that Hell House LLC, Tony?
Yeah, that's really good.
When you were saying the film, it kind of reminded me a little bit of that, even though it is slightly different. But
that's the same sort of thing as well. It's So these guys go to these attractions. I might have gotten mixed up a little bit, but they go to these attractions, and there's something more sinister at play. But Hell House LLC is the same sort of thing. Yeah. That sort of play on in America where they're doing these houses up. Yeah.
Because I had Haunt in my head when you were talking as well. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's similar as well. Similar sort of thing. But this is I
might watch that after this, actually.
What's it called?
House is October Built. or Blue Skeleton, I think it's called in this country. The House is October Built. It's creepy, man. These people in sorry. I'm thinking. I tell you what actually happens in it. I'm thinking of LS LLC. These guys are making a Halloween haunt attraction. They're making it up. So that's where I've got it mixed up. And then stuff starts to happen in the house that they're sort of dressing, with Halloween shit. It's really good. Found footage, yeah. Similar sort of thing. I'm getting mixed up. It's amazing.
Isn't that Hell House LLC, Tony?
Hey?
That's
is that
Hell
one
House,
LLC? Which one am I thinking about?
They buy the hotel, don't they, and do it all up, and weird stuff's happening in there as they're filming it.
Well, which one am I? Wrong way round then. It's the other one. It's the first one. It's the first one. When you said Hell House, LLC, I was like, I was trying to think then, you know what I mean? When I said it's the first one, I said, that's it. The one where they're on the road looking for these haunts. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a film called Grave Encounters? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's good, that one.
You'll like that, George. It's good.
Yeah, that come off the back of Paranormal Activity, didn't it? That come off the back of that.
It did, yeah.
Creepy as fuck, man.
Really good film.
I watched one the other day. It freaked me out, the Poughkeepsie tapes.
Yeah.
Oh, Poughkeepsie tapes.
Yeah. I halfway through, I was like, what's the big thing about this? Like, why is everyone creeped out about it? And then towards the end, I was like, wow, this is fucking horrible, this film. And then I come down to me little son's bottle through the night, and I was fucking looking over my shoulder, man.
That bloke is like a spider. Weird.
Like Paul said, it was because it was realistic. Yeah. And it was like a real person killing. That's what freaks me out more than anything, man.
I'll say to you, Jordan, I remember and people will nowadays go, it's not even scary. I remember going to watch Paranormal Activity the night it came out before anyone knew what it was and everything. That audience, I could feel them. I could feel the scare in the audience. It felt that film when it first hit felt like something new and fresh. And I remember leaving that film. I remember lying in bed at night, and when a shadow looks like something. Yeah. Right. Listen to this story. Right. I remember looking in the corner of the room. Right. Yeah. And it looked like someone sat on a chair. Right. Yeah. And this when I was with my ex-girlfriend. She sat up and she went, "Who's that?" Honest to God, I went white as a shit. My heart dropped. And it ended up being like a coat and a hat on a chair. She just, she was behind me. She just went, "Who's that?" Oh my God.
It's when they get up there and walk off across the room.
That scared me to death.
Mate, I remember one that scared me to death. It's not a very good film, but it's got some creepy ass moments in it. It's called Lights Out. You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
When they turn the light on and off and the thing's getting closer. Watching that, I used to live in a house with 3 friends, and they all went on holiday together. So I was just in the house on my own. It was nighttime. I was like, new horror film, we'll watch this. Sat there, I was like, getting well freaked out, mate. By the end of the night, I was in bed with a baseball bat and a knife just in bed.
Yeah.
Proper scared. I was well thirsty as well, but I was like, I'm not going to get a drink.
Hey, if any of you is where it's just me now on my own, but if any of you ever turn the lights off downstairs and ran upstairs,
I still do it now, man.
Do
Close
that
your
thing
eyes.
when you're a kid where you like back out the room, knock one light off, and then like go to the next one and knock that off.
do you know what? I used to hate my ex-girl. Well, sorry, my wife, not my ex-girl. What it is, I meant to say her old house. Oh, it was like a big house, right? And I needed the toilet through the night. I have to walk down the stairs all the way to the back of the house. It was pitch black. I hated it, man. But I couldn't like say, "Oh, will you come with me?"
Just eyeing up the pint glass on the floor like that.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, to answer your question, mine will probably be Halloween, obviously. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Exorcist. I just think they're three top tier films to watch on Halloween.
Solid
That was
trilogy.
this year. Was that this year, the reboot?
Yeah, the beginning of the year.
Oh,
Texas.
For which?
Oh,
For
yeah,
which?
really.
The new Texas Chainsaw. That was
Yeah,
really
I
tough.
enjoyed
Like,
that as well.
man, that was a sick film. I don't care what anyone says about that film. That film was awesome.
The new
Yeah.
Texas
That's
Chainsaw.
exactly what I wanted from that movie.
Yeah, same, man. I love that film. I watched it like 3 times the weekend it came out.
Did you like that one, Tony?
Yeah, I didn't mind it for what it was. You know, just him cutting everyone up, wasn't it? It was all right. It was all right.
I remember the
like
reviews
it.
coming out, people ripping it apart, like talking about the writing and all this. It's like,
Yeah, who cares about the bride?
It's a guy with chainsaw chopping people up for 90 minutes. What do you
How
want?
are we meant to-
You're watching a film called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you're going on about the writing?
Yeah. How are we meant to care about these characters, mate? You know.
Yeah. I just want to see a chainsaw go through them.
Yeah,
See, that was one of the major issues with Halloween Kills as well. It like the massive segment of the movie was like people not dying. It was like,
yeah.
you know, I wanted that to be like a rampage of kills for like 2 hours, just non-stop montage. Fucking
It's
good.
like that. When's he going to kill the next person?
That's what I was literally like. Like, I never ever go to the toilet in movies when I go to the cinema. I was just like, I watched one kill scene in that movie. I was like, right, I've got at least fucking 10 minutes now so I can go to the toilet.
I still remember watching it, Luke, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm not enjoying this. And I thought, if I'm not enjoying it, then I can't imagine what Luke's like. He was like 2 seats away from me. And I looked down, and he was just sat there like that.
Just ripping one of the armrests off, like,
Yeah, just deflated.
I remember going to the toilet halfway through that after looking forward to it for so long and just thinking, oh, I'm not enjoying this. Enjoy me piss more, to be honest.
oh, mate, I might watch Texas Chainsaw again this weekend, though. That new one, it's pretty sick, man.
Yeah.
I liked it, mate.
So I'll get on to the next one and come back to the comments, everyone. So there's only a couple more to go. Right, so there was talk this week. I think Sean S. Cunningham come out and said that there's a new Friday the 13th on the horizon. Now, unfortunately, I think New Line Cinema have said don't get your hopes up. So it's kind of up in the air again. But I thought I'd quickly mention it. Are you guys up for a Friday the 13th film? And also, how would you go about it? Because we've had a reboot. Would you carry that reboot on? Would you go back to the old series? Or would you reboot it again? So start with you, Luke. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'd be definitely up for it. And I would like to maybe see it done a couple of ways. I wouldn't mind a TV series where it focuses more on Mrs. Voorhees. I'd like that. I think she's a really good killer. She's sick. I'd like another movie. I'm sure LeBron James or someone like that, they wanted to take the rights to the franchise and do one of the big, serious basketball players. Really? They wanted. They were trying to get involved. I'm sure it was LeBron James was trying to get onto it. One of them. Yeah, I mean, they should watch stuff like Never Hike in Snow, Never Hike Alone Again. Like, and see the effort that people are putting out there with no money. They're doing it in their own spare time, off their own backs. They're like saving up and buying a drone. You know, they're thinking outside the box. They should be. These are the type of people that should be like approached and like allowed to come on board and given a break to like help make these movies.
I agree. Yeah,
because they're the ones like the new line cinemas and all that, you can tell they're just after the dough. They're just cash cows. They're like, Freddy Krueger's got like a fucking dollar sign hanging around his neck. They don't do it justice to the movies. I think they need a run of movies where it looks like they've really put some heart and soul into these movies. That's what I think. I'd like to see a Voorhees where he's on rampages and that sort of stuff. Strip him back, maybe. Have it set maybe in a different decade. I quite like films that are set in the 70s or the 80s, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. It's been done with Stranger Things, and I sort of gravitate to those type things. But I would be interested in seeing probably maybe a Mrs. Voorhees one. I'd like to see maybe series 1 is about the counters going down there, the people getting picked off. Mrs. Voorhees comes out, maybe season 2, it time jumps. We meet Jason and it takes off from there, maybe something like that.
Good idea, yeah. I know what you're saying there as well about Never Hike Alone, because that was a good fresh idea, that where he goes to the abandoned camp and he's like, I've heard stories about this place and people meant to die here, but it's all abandoned. I like that. You know?
Yeah, me and so.
Tony?
Yeah, I'd like to see another Friday the 13th. Even if I like what Luke said as well about the TV series. That'd be quite cool to watch. But I do like a camp setting, and I'd love to see like go back to like really 80s style. Maybe get a camera. I know. Obviously, it takes a lot more doing, and like get all the practical effects and like try and recreate it again. You know what I mean? With I know it's hard to do, but it'd interest me to see if they could sort of how good they could get it. I know there is films that sort of tried to do it, but a slasher that tried to do that, it probably cost a lot of money, but I'd love to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like use like all the like practical effects, like the cameras that they had in like 1987. Get it all, but then use like a modern creative mind to try and do some cool stuff.
Try and do something different. Yeah.
So to give it the charm it had back from then.
Try and bottle that lightning again, I suppose.
What about you, Paul?
Yeah, it's hard, like you said, George. Like, where can they go with it? That franchise is that big. They have done everything they can with that. Like, the guy's been to space, for God's sake. Like, I can't think. As you guys were talking, I was trying to think of anything like that haven't been done. I mean, they'd have to reboot it again, I would have thought. And controversially, the Friday the 13th remake's actually my favourite Friday the 13th movie. I rewatched them all last Halloween, all the way through them all. And I really, really like. I'd seen the remake before, went to cinema to watch it, but I do think that's the best of the franchise in one movie for me. So I think they'd have to reboot. I'm shocked we haven't got one yet. I'm absolutely like Luke said, man. It's money rated, it's printing money. Friday. Why haven't they? I know there's distribution rights and the rights of the characters all up in arms, but these studios just need to come together and just it's money waiting to be printed. But if they were to make one, I think they would have to reboot it again. I think that's the only way they could do it, unless they just retell the franchise again, sort of in TV format, like Luke said. If they go back to the beginning with his mom and then transition into him as the seasons go on, I'll be down for that. But you just need to get one, mate. Just I don't know. I personally think they'd have to reboot it again. I'd be down for seeing a brand new sort of film, like rebooted or remade.
That's why I kind of asked you, because I was just thinking, how can they even go there? And I just wanted to get because I really don't know. The closest I came sounded a bit like Luke's idea, where we'd probably see it more in a prequel form. But I'd like to see maybe Jason in the 50s or whatever it was when he was in the camp as a kid for a little bit there, and he's getting bullied. But on the other hand, he's an arsehole as well. Like, you can't feel too sorry for him because he's kind of, I don't know, playing mean fucking tricks on people or something like that. I don't know, where he's not like, it's not all totally sly on him. He sort of had it coming a little bit, not drowning obviously, but the people sort of taking a disliking to him because he's an asshole. I don't know. Tony's gone there. I don't know. I think the TV show form would be better, to be honest.
That's actually a pretty good shout, though, man. What you said then, like, if they had it where, like, in his mum's eyes, he was like the total golden child, like he's always really sweet, but like as soon as his mum's back's turned, he's being dead horrible to everyone and dead nasty, and she can't understand why people are coming up saying this about the kid, and that's why it's driving her mental. You know, like everyone's saying my kid's horrible, but he's not. He's lovely. It's, you know, her psychological downfall is actually due to him manipulating her and stuff like that. That could be quite cool to do something like that.
To be honest, mate, you've just put it perfect there. That's what I was trying to say, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know if Tony's coming back, but should we just crack on with the... I don't know. Getting a bit on a bit now, aren't we? Should we just answer some... I've got 4 more things to mention. I don't know if you quickly want to breeze over them or just get it.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, it's either that or I sit and watch one reel, so...
All right. Yeah. All right, so we've got your favourite one coming up here, Paul, Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, yes.
I think we'll start with Luke. I'm only joking. What are you... now, this is getting a theatrical release now, isn't it? It was meant to come straight to HBO Max. That is a great sign, I think. What do you hope to gain from this one?
Yeah, so, it's Evil Dead. It was supposed to come out this year, wasn't it? But they delayed it till next year because they had a test screening of it, and it got, like, very positive feedback, and everyone's saying this, you know, why is it going straight onto streaming? This needs a cinema release. And obviously is it who's putting it out? I can't remember what studio's putting out, but anyway, they've listened to the feedback. The director's listened. The director tweeted it out saying, we've listened to you, we are going to delay it so we can get a theatrical release. So yeah, that's got me even more excited. You know, George, I absolutely adored the remake. If they can give me anything similar to that, I don't think it's going to be connected to the remake in any way. I think it's going to be its own standalone movie. But if they can give me that remake flavor again, take my money. I'll be all over that.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't mind if it was connected to the remake because I loved it that much. But I don't know how to do it if it's taken in a city block or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I've been watching the Evil Dead franchise lately because I've never really... My mind was very fuzzy on them. And although I didn't love the first one, I loved the second and the third one. I thought they were brilliant. But the remake is still my favourite. So I think the more modern it gets, the better for me. So that's why I'm kind of really looking forward to this. And I do think a tower block is a great setting for an Evil Dead film. So what about you, Luke? You excited for this?
I'm really excited for this one. I love all the original Evil Deads. Love the remake. It's one of the best remakes out of all the horror remakes. I think it was done really well. It has a lot of those sort of practical effect elements that I love as well. Like, I actually had quite a similar scenario to Paul, where I actually went to watch it after a bit of a rough night, and it made me feel quite... There's a particular scene where he just gets his hand like blitzed in half. I was just like, that's me done now. It pressed the button and I went fully white, just like... But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I always say, especially with games as well, like I'm quite happy for them to like pull it back and like do little bits, and then like they've done, like maybe take it back, fiddle around with it a little bit more, put it on the cinema. If it's going to be really good, then I'm more than happy to like wait for that. If I'm going to enjoy it, like it's just I'd hate for it to sort of have the similar. It's a catch-22 thing, really. It's like a double-edged sword. Like I do want to watch these films at home. Like I feel like, oh, cool, I've watched Predator Prey at home. But when they're good, it's like, oh, I really would have enjoyed watching this in the cinema. And like
with Prey, that would have got away with being a cinema release, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. So I think that's one to watch out for next year. Now it's been moved to April, hasn't it? That's why I started watching them lately, because I thought, oh yeah, Evil Dead's coming out soon. I'll get my reviews ready, and then it's been pushed back to bloody April. So
I do hope they don't go down the Ash versus Evil Dead TV series route. I wouldn't like it to be like that.
It's very comedic, isn't it?
Extremely campy.
Yeah, it's more in tone with the Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, whereas the remake is, you know, through and through a horror movie. There's not really any slapstick to it, no black comedy in it, is there? It's very visceral and very horror. I'm the same. I like it. I sort of split them up. Like I like the Ash Evil Dead black comedy stuff, but I also love that's why I've said to Joe, we spoke, on Instagram. That's why I love the original so much, because it feels like a just straight up horror movie. Even though I enjoy Ash as that character, and I love the black comedy, I still prefer horror more over that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the remake so much, because it took all that out, stripped all that out, and just give us a, balls to the wall horror film. And I hope they do it with this one as well.
Yeah, because I would like them to think that, like, right, they've got the Ash versus Evil Dead stuff, they've got loads of that slapstick stuff, but they don't have that much of the pure horror. So let's give them some of that, more of that. I think off the back of the success and the fan love for the remake, I think they're going to go down that route, I imagine.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of the characters in this new one will be called Ash, and it's like a reimagining of Ash.
Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah, there's a lot of fans who think that Ash is going to turn up in it. I don't. If I was a betting man, I don't think he's going to be in it. He's heavily involved in making it,
to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be in it.
Fair enough. We'll just get into a couple of comments here. Watched Blumhouse's American Refugee as well recently. Had a good premise, but wasn't executed very well. I haven't heard of that one. Reviews?
No, I've not. No.
Sorry, Paul. I imagine it's a horror if it's Blumhouse. I mean, they're mainly horror, aren't they?
Yeah.
Watched Men the other day. That was quite a surprise. The ending is certainly something mad. To be honest, I think Men was really good for an hour, and then the third act just lost me. Have you two seen that?
Is that him out of Bond?
Sorry?
Is that him out of Bond, the one who works with them?
I can't quite remember, mate, to be honest.
He's like M's right-hand man in Bond. He's got a bit of a bald head.
He looks quite familiar, the actor in it, but I just can't remember.
Is it the one where the guy's playing like about 50 different people?
Yeah.
I've not seen it, but I know what it is.
Yeah. I'm convinced that is filmed in Liverpool on the cycle track. I don't know if you've ever been down there.
No.
I'm convinced, I'm 100% it's filmed there.
I've not watched it yet. Yeah, it is Luke, by the way. It's that guy out of James, but I do know who you mean. I've just looked it up. It's one of them films where it's you either get it or you don't. I haven't seen it, but that's what the sort of feedback I've seen. People have either it's vibed with people, or it sort of reminds me of a film. Do you remember a film with Jennifer Lawrence in called Mother? It come out a few years back.
I haven't seen it, but it's one of them.
That was a film that literally split people down the middle. Like people sort of got it or they didn't. And I think that's what's going on with this Men. I've not seen it yet. My plan is to double bill it with Nope, because I've still not seen that yet. I believe that Men's out to rent now on Sky or Amazon or whatever. I'm going to wait for Nope to come out. I think I've missed it at the cinema now. I think I'm just going to wait to watch it at home. So I'm planning to watch them after that.
In that Men, like some of the best directing I've seen all year, and there's some really creepy moments in it, but I hope you enjoy it. I actually liked it better than Nope, to be honest.
Okay.
And it is a horror film as well.
Yeah, it is. I think it is anyway. Yeah, I'd say it is with cleverness put in, if you like.
Yeah,
can't quite put my finger on it, but is that Jester not Frank Lampard? I would love to get Psycho Bates Motel related on my leg. Yeah. Bates Motel is such a good show, isn't it?
I'd be down for doing something with Psycho, to be honest.
What, like a remake or something?
Yeah, I mean they've already done it, which was weird because it was like literally shot for shot fucking remake on it. It was the one with Vince Vaughn. I'd be down for him to do a new film, a new remake. Obviously, it's a classic, so it's a lot of horror fans would say it's untouchable, but I don't know, if they give it a shot, I think it's a good enough.
To see play Norm?
That's a good question, man.
Who would?
Who would you like to see play Norman Bates now?
That is a good question.
Bill Skarsgård?
You know what? That my head did go there as well, to be honest. He's just got that weird sort of weird look to him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a tough one actually. That I don't know off the top of my head.
Did you say you got it when you? Yeah, well, I was on holiday in Spain, so that they don't care what age to give tattoos to people there.
What did your mum and dad say when you showed them the jester?
They let me have it. I think, to be honest, Sophie, I think I was 16, to be honest. Because I got my Everton one when I was 16, and I got that one just after it, like 2 months later when I went on holiday. So I was 16. I meant to say 16, but just rolled the tongue. Gonna give Beast a go tonight. Yeah, enjoy it, Paul. It's a great film.
Have you seen it, George?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Have you? Yeah. No, I've not. Luke said it was awesome. The mixed reviews just sort of put me off it a little bit.
I think you'll like it because you like a lot of films where you can just go in and have fun and have a bit of a popcorn feel to them, don't you? So
yeah.
I think another thing like that you sort of might regret not going the pictures is the pure sound.
Yeah, the sound design, whatnot.
Like the growls and stuff like that. Like it's proper like guttural, like when the Batmobile's rocking the seats, it's like that. It's like you can feel it blowing your fucking face away.
Yeah.
I was really surprised by that film.
Yeah. It was a surprise. I thought it was going to be terrible. And when I seen the trailers and stuff, I was like, I don't know if I fancy this. I don't know. But I was not blown away by it, but it's like a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
I'll go for that.
Movies Chains and Studios. Hi. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for coming along. Death Sentence ruined me. I call it Death Sentence of my heart. It broke me. Yeah, it's upsetting seeing that start of that film, isn't it? It's so hard, actually.
It's hard to get hold of that film as well, though. It's not on any streaming services. You can't buy it off Amazon, anything.
I was very lucky. About 6 months ago, I picked it up from CEX for £2.
Yeah, I did, but I can't find it anywhere in my house. I've been literally looking every night this week trying to find it.
Maybe you traded it into CX by accident and I bought it.
I'm fucking dead.
Oh, imagine.
Luke, if I see it in the wild, I'll pick it up for you, mate. Death Sentence was fantastic. Kevin Bacon's best performance. The car park scene was great. Yeah.
I love that.
They're all chasing him down the multi-story. That was great, that bit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I love Flatliners with Kevin Bacon. I think that's a great horror film.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool film. They remade that recently as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the remake was tosh.
I didn't even watch it.
Arrow just brought that out, haven't he? Arrow Video.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to pick up. I really like that. What's the other film, horror film? Stir of Echoes, man. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was cool. Out when I first watched that.
I watched that for the first time this year as well.
Did you? Yeah. That's a creepy film, I thought.
Underrated, that, mate.
Definitely.
I kind of fell in love with Kevin Bacon after that film. I think the best Kevin Bacon film I've seen is Sleepers. He's just horrible in that, I think.
I like him in Hollow Man.
Oh, yeah, Hollow Man, yeah. Paul Verhoeven film. But I'm just flicking through these quickly because we've got... well, it's certainly made up for those awful Eve adverts. He's been in some decent stuff. Yeah,
he's landing planes with Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Have you not seen the E adverts? Apparently you can land the plane with E broadband now.
Do you know what, though? Nothing surprised me about planes, the way they work. I mean, like, they can just fly themselves, can't they? But... And you're not allowed Wi-Fi in the plane, or
No, he's in the advert with a family in a house saying if you get off fibre broadband, so they bring in all like plane landing equipment, and he goes, "Look, you can land a plane with broadband now." It's like, can you really?
Oh.
It's when they zoom the drone shot out there, and the house is just in the middle of the airport.
The Taking of Deborah Logan is a good found footage movie.
Yeah. Mind that one.
Haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Never even heard
anything
of it.
With old granny sort of freaks me out.
Yeah. That's what creeped me out in that sadness, that how biddy it is at the start, man.
Yeah.
Scary, mate.
Someone's just having a bacon and egg on, and they fucking turn around and she's fucking standing there.
Yeah.
Creeped out like that.
Creepy as fuck, that, mate. Jason refuses to watch Paranormal Activity in my house as it's haunted. He is scared. It is a creepy film, so I don't blame him.
It is a creep. Like, I hate people. It's not scary at all. I think if you've got a good imagination, it really is an effective horror film. If you really let yourself go with it, turn the lights off, get the sort of, what's the word? get yourself in the mood for it, and that it works, man. I think it's a really effective horror film. I remember buzzing about that film when it first came out.
Mate, sorry,
go on.
No, go on. You're right, mate.
I was just going to say, I think that the second one really freaked me out. I think that was, with the neck snapping scene and stuff. It just didn't sit right with me, that second one at all.
The first time I watched that movie, I didn't really know anything about Paranormal Activity because I don't think there was like no Facebook, none of that bullshit at the time that came out. Yep. So my mate came round and it sort of added to the effect of it. He just had it on a jog little USB stick. So he's like, do you want to watch this new horror film that everyone's banging on about? I was like, yeah, gives the disc. Then he goes, no, it's on this. Just plug it in the PlayStation. So it just plugged it in. It just come on straight away. And I was just like, it just added to like the creep factor.
Yeah, it was nice. Well, I plugged it into the PS3.
Yeah, it's just shoved it into the PS3 and just got freaked out for an hour or so. Well, it's dead creepy. I was like, you can piss off now. Take your fire stick thing with you as well. Hey, don't leave that here.
And ring me a priest.
That's it.
The ending of Rec Room, Jason had to come to the toilet with me. I was too scared. Oh, is that? Oh, I'm thinking at the start actually, but yeah, I was thinking at the start when you guys going off the balcony.
Yeah, the old
granny when she gets pulled in.
Yeah. Where the granny's flat and it's like walking around trying to get her.
Yeah, scary film, that, man.
The first two Rec movies is fucking dope films.
I've got the second one upstairs, but I've never watched it.
Oh, man, it's sick. It's like the T2 of the Rec movies. It is. Because the second movie is all like, it was probably pretty inventive at the time, but it's all sort of done through the SWAT team's like helmets.
All right.
So they go in like with like fully equipped in this one. You know, like in the first one, like it's sort of like survival mode. Like there's no tough nuts in there, if you like, it's just firemen and stuff. But in the second one, they go in like fully armed or like aliens, if you like.
Like COD zombies.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's good though. It's sick. The second one, really good.
Yeah, I need to rewatch them.
Yeah, man. They're both
on the same night, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's in me. You can watch both of them because I think the first one's only like 70 minutes long.
Yeah, it's not long.
And then you can just blimp straight onto the next one. The next one's like an hour and a half, I think. It's like a proper full.
Oh, Luke's gone.
Oh no.
Fuck's sake. Oh well.
Paranormal Activity. Let's get into him.
We'll just cancel it. He might come back in a second. If not, I'll just end the stream soon, mate. Honestly, didn't find Wreck that scary, but it was fantastic found footage film. Haven't seen the sequels, so may have to give them a go. Yeah, basically just what we're saying there, wasn't it? What's your favourite scary movie kill? You got one, Paul?
As in from the franchise scary movie? Just in general horror?
Oh, if it's the scary movies films, I'm going to have to say where Shannon Elizabeth gets a head cut off and is still talking.
If it's from Scary Movie, it's when Shorty gets rolled up into a blunt and gets smoked, quite like that. One of my favourite Scary Movie kills. It's cliche as hell, but I love the Bob kill in the original Halloween when he just goes down for a drink with his big jam jar glasses on. You know, Myers just pins him to the wall. I just think it's so iconic, so effective, and I love watching that scene every time I watch that film. And like I say, it's cliche as hell, but yeah, that's one of my favourite kills in all of horror.
Over his head.
Yeah.
Mine's actually Terrifier, Jamie. I spoke about it before, but I don't want to ruin it for Paul. So just watch it, mate. You'll know which one I mean when you see it, because it's fucking gruesome, mate. Honestly, it's brutal as fuck. Like, sorry I wasn't able to watch it, John, but I'm here for whatever's last night's one, Jared. You enjoyed the stream, mate. We're wrapping up pretty soon because two of the guests have gone, and you know I've kept Paul for long enough. But there was a couple of others we mentioned. I'll talk about them in a second, just quickly. But anyway, Pray for the Devil. This is an upcoming horror movie I've seen, but I didn't look into it. I don't know anything about it apart from the name, and it's coming out soon.
Very quickly look that up, because that sounds like something I would like.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I probably should have looked this one up and wrote it down, to be honest. But I thought I had enough on the list anyway. I'll just search it now really quickly. Pray for the Devil is an upcoming American supernatural horror film directed by Daniel Stamm and written by Robert Zapier. It stars Jacqueline, but doesn't give you any synopsis there.
It looks like an exorcism film with demonic possession in. Yeah, I love them sort of films. So
yeah,
I would check that out. I would have checked that out just on the premise of the title, to be honest.
Hang on, Luke, come back here. Hey,
sorry, my fucking battery died.
Sorry
about that, guys.
So, someone's just asked about this film, Pray for the Devil. A nun prepares to perform an exorcism and comes face to face with a demonic force and a mysterious ties to her past.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Because when I was writing the films down before, I seen this one and didn't look into it because I thought I wrote enough down, but someone's just asked about it. So, yeah.
I love exorcism films if they're done right.
Yeah.
There's quite a cool one with Eric Bana. Can't remember what it's called, but that's pretty cool. Where he's like a new.
That was something devil, wasn't it?
Yeah, like In the Devil or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
cool,
that one.
There's Devil Inside.
Devil Inside, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one with the nun on the front as well.
No, that's not the one with the nun on the front. He's got like him on the front with like a gun.
All right.
Like he goes to like the zoo at one point and something like really weird happens in the zoo. If I remember correctly.
Deliver Us from Evil. It's called.
That's it. Yeah, Deliver Us from Evil.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix. Pretty cool. I like Eric Bana as well.
Chopper Reed. Don't know if it's Catholic in me, but I always find the supernatural, theological horror more scary than boogeymen with knife and axe movies. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I can imagine that The Exorcist, man, in fucking 1973 must have been terrifying.
Yeah, my mum always tells me stories when she went to watch it when it first come out. She said it was literally like nothing had ever been seen before. So I mean,
the way I don't know if there was many atheists or not, but I bet you it wasn't talked about as much as today. Like God not being real, whatever your religious beliefs are. But there was a lot of people who were just like really into Christianity or whatever back then, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And I can just imagine like
rubbing them up the wrong way.
Even if you sort of didn't believe in it back then, because so many people around you did, it'd probably still be scary, I imagine.
I think with that movie, The Exorcist, as well, I think, like, my dad used to say the same thing, like, St. John's ambulance were outside because people are having heart attacks and all this. I think now, as well, like, everyone's so decentralized from everything, desensitized. They weren't then. They weren't exposed to that kind of stuff. It was, like, the first of its kind. And, like, the sort of the graphic nature of the movie, getting, like, a little girl to do these things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can pull up 10 films now which are like that. People watch everything on YouTube on the phones. Little kids are like watching like people get beheaded in Iraq and all that shit. They've seen like back in the day with no internet, everything's word of mouth. You know, you might get one. I imagine it was probably hammed up on the news as well. Do not go and watch The Exorcist. This movie's like causing an outrage and all that, and stuff like that. The irony of those things are people run out to fucking watch it as soon as
that's fantastic marketing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I could imagine that film to play on your mind. No,
I remember what I watched it for the very first time, The Exorcist, when it re-released. I think it was around 98, 99. I remember getting my mum to rent it out for me. I think two of my friends were like kipping over on the weekend or whatnot from school, and we all watched it, and it scared me to death as a kid.
Yeah.
Now I just think it's an incredible movie. Like, I love the story to it more than the horror elements to it. Now, me and Luke went to watch it. Was it last year or the year before when the cinemas reopened again? They were showing it on our local cinema at Halloween, around Halloween time. I was watching it, like, this film is just it's not scaring me, but it's just a good film.
Yeah.
We said afterwards, didn't it? It's like a really well shot movie as well. But I did feel like I watched The Exorcist when I was a little kid. It's like I'm the total opposite to Patrick. Like, I never found The Exorcist scary whatsoever at all. But like the thought of like Michael Myers was like just like nightmare fuel to me, because I just had it in my head, like, a man can put a mask on and go creeping around my back garden. That could happen. So that's what like sort of scared me. But I did feel when I watched The Exorcist in the cinema, I sort of felt dirty when I came out. Like I needed to have like a shower after watching it. It does have that sort of like it leaves something on you when you're watching it. But it'll always be iconic as well.
That scene always scared me. Like she's walking down the subway and Pazuzu's face just comes on the screen, man.
Yeah.
I always just randomly send Luke it now and again, just that face at like 7 in the morning.
That face, though, no jokes aside, though, that face is fucking well scary. So yeah, I probably did find that face particularly scary in the movie. I think as well, when I was really young, I didn't understand it because a very big portion of that movie is just like sort of like surgical stuff and like going to operations and things like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get heavy going with the supernatural until way into the third act.
Yeah.
And then it's like the last 20 minutes of the movie. You know, it's a long movie and a good portion of the movie is not
it's
really
sort of like talking about testing faith and stuff, isn't it, for the first half of the film?
Right. Because they're going down the science route, seeing if she's got different diseases and all this kind of stuff as well.
That was one of the other films I was going to mention, actually, The Exorcist Reboot, and I think it's a trilogy.
Yeah. Who's making it? It's David Gordon Green, isn't it?
I don't know if he's writing it or making it, but he's the guy who done Halloween, isn't it?
Yeah.
So fuck that then. I'm not excited anymore.
Yeah, there's going to be cops talking about donuts and shit.
I'll tell you what, the TV series was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the TV series.
Yeah. I've never seen that.
It's good. It's much more it's basically like the original movie, but in a drawn out TV series, isn't it? And Gina Davis.
I don't absolutely love the Halloween 2018 remake. I think it's fine. I don't like Halloween Kills, so I'm not too excited about the Exorcist trilogy thing with David Gordon Green behind it, in all honesty.
I think he was like real hot shit when 2018 come out. So it's like, yeah, Blumhouse is the new big hitter. David Gordon Green, let's throw every fucking horror franchise at him. And like now they're going to be like, hey, give me that back, actually, motherfucker.
Doesn't that guy always help write with them as well? He's on fucking The World's End or something, that comedian fella.
Yeah,
one.
I'm
feeling down in my plums.
Yeah, I tell you who I'd love to see tackle,
Danny
McBride,
yeah.
I'll tell you who I would love to see tackle The Exorcist, that Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm just swapping this plug over.
Or A Nightmare on Elm Street, Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, give Mike Flanagan all the horror as far as I'm concerned, because he's had hit after hit for me.
I do like the poster for the new Exorcist, though. I don't know if it's fan made, but where she's like creeping through the stairs.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
That's scary.
Sorry, I was just right. Thought my charger was broke, but it's fine now. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying, I'd love Mike Flanagan to take a stab at The Exorcist. He's had hit after hit. He's cemented himself as a genius for me in the horror genre. He just knows how to tell them sort of stories, like slow burn stories that really get under your skin.
I love that Oculus he made. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, Oculus was sick. He enjoys. He's you can tell he's passionate about supernatural movies as well. It's his sort of genre, isn't it?
I'm just a bit like that with him because I think he just puts a little bit too much CGI in some stuff, to be honest. So, but I think he directs well, if you get me.
I didn't like Hill House in that though. I wasn't a fan of that.
I weren't, to be honest. But
I mean, like, I understand why people liked them. Like, they just weren't for me, but I can't deny that they weren't well shot in that. I mean, I love he did Dr. Sleep, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought that was a fantastic film. How they made that? How they made me enjoy a sequel to The Shining. I had no idea, but they did. He did, should I say?
Yeah. Fucking mad the way Stephen King just thought of that in it. Like 40 years later, Daniel's helping. It's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just 3 more comments here. I'm excited for that. I love anything to do with possession. I found it interesting. That was for Pray for the Devil. Luke, I keep seeing something behind you. No joke. I think it's a fox or something.
That's funny because I'm on a 3-story flat. So what the fuck? No, it's not. It's my little dog. He's in the reflection of the window.
Oh.
But he does
I
look
thought-
like a fox.
Gonna watch this back later and there'll just be like a fucking fella in a fox costume with a fucking knife behind it. Never mind, think it's your reflection.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I've kept this for long enough, guys. Hang on, just 1 second. Let me just see what else I wrote down here. So I think we went through everything apart from 2 things. So the other one was Scream 6.
My only concern with that is the turnaround on it. They've done it within a year. They've literally seen the success of 5 and gone, right, we need another one. Normally when they do that with sequels, horror sequels, they're normally not as good. They've got the cast back. They've got what's her face from 4. Samara Weaving's in it. Kirby's back from 4.
That exciting. I like Kirby. I think she's probably one of my favourite side characters.
Yeah, same.
Isn't it
it's
a
set
bit like
in New York?
3?
Say again?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just literally about to say like 3, isn't it, where it's not set in Woodsboro?
Yeah. So this one's set in New York. There's a scene, apparently it takes place in Central Park, which I think would be quite cool because apparently Central Park's a creepy place at night.
I didn't know that. I thought it was all in Woodsboro again.
No, it's set in New York. There's a scene in the subway station in the New York Underground. It's a Scream film. I'll go check it. It's just the fact that they've whipped it over, made it in a year, sort of.
Yeah,
it got me a little bit.
Have you noticed on social media as well how big the Scream fan base seems to be as well? They've probably just played on that as well, like with the buzz that the last one come out. There's a lot of people who love Scream, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'd love in this one if they poked fun at sequels that just churned out dead quick.
Yeah.
Like
gotta get another one out quick as possible.
Taking the piss out of Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
And the other one I was going to mention is the Pennywise TV series coming to HBO Max, and it's a prequel.
I've not even heard anything.
Interested. Not in. Well, Welcome to Derry. It's called. I've no interest in this whatsoever. It's like what Luke says. Like it's giving answers to questions I don't want to know the answers to. I don't want to know his backstory. I don't want to know where he comes from.
In the book, he's been there for years anyway, hasn't he? So I think what they'll do on this is just make it exactly like the film and TV show form, and I don't think it'll go into his origins because he's already been there anyway.
When he comes back in the different periods and that.
Yeah, like every 27 years, isn't it? So I think he would have been there before that anyway. I don't think it'll go into the origin. I think they've just seen an opportunity because this character is so popular and he's there's figures of him everywhere, isn't it, and stuff, and pop finals and all that. I think they've just gone, we can't just leave it there with this character. And they'll just do the same sort of thing, maybe like sort of like Stranger Things with a new bunch of kids. That's what I think they're going to do.
Yeah, because in the book and in the film as well, they touch on when he come, when they were mining around that time, when there was like mining in Derry and all these different periods of time. And I can imagine that's what the show will do, just him popping up in these periods.
Is it? I'm sure isn't it? The book where he kills it's like a logging town and he kills everyone in the town.
Yeah, that's Derry. And they built the foundations on it, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That
could be quite cool though to see all that.
They might show that actually, mightn't they? Okay, well, I'm surprised we got through everything there because I didn't think we would, but we got it in just over 2.5 hours. And Sophie says, "Great stream, guys. Have nice dreams." Hee. Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. Having nice dreams, isn't it? Because I think
I'm gonna go and stick wreck on.
I think we'll have lots of nightmares after talking about this tonight.
Just quickly before I forget, you said before that you haven't really watched many fan films. There's a really good set of fan films called Halloween Inferno. You should check them out. There's like 3. They're only like 10-minute long, but they're really, really good. It follows on from 2018. Halloween 2018. Really, really good. Really well done. Halloween
on
Inferno. On YouTube. It's free. Yeah, they're only short. You can have the whole thing done in 20 minutes. I think if you look as well, they've got one where they've edited all 3 together in one. I'll have a look and I'll send it to you.
All right, sounds. Cheers, Luke.
Yeah.
Before we do go, I know I said, just anything else you want to bring up before we go? Or
No, I was going to bring up Bull, but we've already brought that up.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I think you've covered everything that's coming out here, to be honest. I can't think of anything else up and coming. I think you've literally touched all bases, George.
Surprised we got through it, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's about it. There probably will be more, but they just come out of nowhere sometimes, don't they, as well, some of them.
Yeah, well, after this, we've probably missed the Friday the 13th trailer that's dropped whilst we've been doing this or something.
What was that film that's going to be? Yeah, the Hellraiser reboot. It's Disney Plus Day today, isn't it? So they'll probably announce like 10 Hellraiser films.
Yeah.
Radley Stark. Yeah, sorry, mate. Thanks for coming along anyway, but we are just about to finish, I'm afraid. So on that note, I'll just say thank you, everyone who came along to the comments. Thank you to Tony, who disappeared. Thanks for coming on, mate. It was great to get your insight. And Luke and Paul, thank you so much for coming along to the stream. I hope you both enjoyed it.
I had a really good time, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cheers, George. It's always a pleasure, man.
No problem. I was just thinking about doing this video on my own. I was like, oh, it's too much upcoming horror. And I thought, you know what, I'll get the guy on to talk about it. It'll be a little bit more interesting. So, yeah, I'm glad we've done it this way instead. Any thoughts on the stream?
Yeah, they're bringing out They're bringing out Resurrection H2O and thingy, aren't they? So
I just wish they'd bring a bloody UK box set. Like, fuck, haven't they brought one out?
We've said it before, haven't we? You should be able to walk into any HMV and just pick it up and buy it.
I know.
It should be on the shelf in any fucking DVD shop.
They're out on the cinema. It's a popular franchise. What's going on?
It's arguably the most biggest horror franchise ever, and we can't walk into a DVD Blu-ray shop and pick up a box set of it. It's madness.
Yeah, it's
you can only get one Rob Zombie one as well. Halloween 2.
Yeah, you can never get it. You have to. I had to get mine from America.
Yeah, same.
All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Anyway, so thanks so much for coming along. Hope everyone enjoys all the upcoming horror and what we've talked about today. Thanks so much for coming along, everyone. If you're watching this, maybe give us a like. If you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoy the replay. If you're listening to it in your headphones or whatever. But thanks so much for coming along. Hope to see you all on the next live stream, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Paul.
See ya. Bye.
Take it easy, guys.